Hello! Today we're going to be playing Limbus again. We're going to continue into Counter 6 and we're going to do some pools. Yeah. Basically. Should be pretty cool. I don't really know what's going to happen. I'm first again, yay. Hi Flavius. Thank you for showing up. Alright, we're going to transition into the game. Let me unmute the game also. First chat, perhaps? Yeah. Who knows? I didn't check. What's going on here? Oh yeah, I forgot I got him. Alright, so first thing we're gonna do is there was event stuff. So with the event stuff, we can get all these. We can get all the extractions. Now what? What should we be buying now? What, threads? What should I buy with the rest of this currency? Will you play later Identity 5 like after 6 hours? I don't know. I normally stream for like 5. Oh, I was supposed to be normally streaming around 5. I'd buy yellow crate PE boxes. These ones? Anchopalin boxes? Or Ego Shard boxes? Yellow crate PE boxes. What are those? What do you mean? What are those boxes? I think I'd buy ink and yellow boxes. Okay, so these are the yellow crates and the Ego Shard crates. This what he was talking about? Okay. Well, we still got left over. I might as well buy this too, I guess. I usually find you streaming for 7 hours. I'm not supposed to do that. If I read runs 2, then just XP, I guess. Yeah. 3,000. Okay, look at this. Alright, we finished that. Now, for what we've been waiting for. It's my first Whelp night, isn't it? Gotta go to sleep. Bye, Flavius. Thank you for popping in. Sure is, yeah. Oh, Whelp pullers are possible. So which one should we do? The normal one or like this one? Like what are we doing? Expect bangers? Well, let's see. Which one should we? The top one? Okay. Newest ID. Okay, okay. All right. Let's see. Didn't get booped. So guys, I think I do have. I think my SSD might be dying. Actually, because I was downloading this fucking 1 GB update from Limbus and my Steam froze. Yeah. So I had to like wait a little bit. Oh, what is that? It's green. It's green. Sounds like storage is too full. I have over 100 gigabytes. Just don't get it. Manager of Manchaland, don't get there. That's not a lot. Yeah, but it shouldn't be freezing for a 1 GB update.
이렇게 영롱하게 빛나는 초롱을 본 적 있는가? 이 몸과 있으면 어둠이 우리를 피해 도망다닐 것이네.
That's only a problem that started happening like recently. It's just installation load. I don't know, it froze my shit. Alright, so we got 2 Don Quixotes. I have that issue too. That never used to happen to me. So I got more storage. So do you think I just need another? It could be that my SSD is going downhill. So it never used to happen. Like I was looking at my task manager when I was able to even open it during the 1 GB Limbus update, and it said my drive was at 100%.
이렇게 무전하면 안 된다고?
Oh, we got the same Don Quixote, I guess. Yay! We got Taco!
내게는 어떤 것도 감출 필요가 없어.
Section 7, Associate South. Literally nothing is insane. Yeah. Well, I mean, we're like, what, 30 lunacy away from pulling again? It's not too bad. What the heck was that? I saw there's something highlighted here. What's going on here? Customize. Oh, I can change the color? Yeah, like 1 story stage. Yeah. Okay. I suppose. What's this? What is this? So I had to like what make it? Oh, I have to spend a Kefalin and then I get all this. Okay. Oh. This isn't too bad. So guys, I did bite my tongue like a few days ago, so that's why I'm gonna sound all fucky. But yeah, so we gotta do this 1 mini thingy, and then we can go into Kanto 6.
전에도 그랬지만 어느 둥지를 가든 차가 꽉꽉 막히네.
I guess the traffic sucks no matter which nest we go to. We've been traveling at a snail's pace through the extreme congestion of the nest for several days. This is the mini that explains the abnormality classifications of it? Okay. We've been traveling at a snail's pace through the extreme congestion of the nest for several days now. Raja, clearly affected by this boredom, sighed and muttered. We've been through similar long periods of inactivity before, but boredom isn't one we could easily get used to. I suppose it became part of my job to listen to the... Oh wait, I read this, didn't I? I feel like I read this, yeah, last time. Complain about the slow pace of our travel. How much longer until the T-Corp immigration checkpoint? My only option is to give them a reminder how far we are from our destination. We read this! I swear we read this.
하루 정도 다음 장소에서 대기하는 것과 중간중간에 정차 장소들을
Yeah, we read this. It's okay. We could go straight to count to 6.
수 있습니다.
We read this last time. They get like a paper. I truthfully do not remember. I remember. We read this. It's fine. Okay. So in that case, we do go straight into count to 6. That's the one where they were reading the paper. Or they made it, Virgilius made Ishmael read the paper. Then we get right into the meat and potatoes.
보랏빛 꽃만이 유일한 아름다움으로 남아있는 그 저택으로.
So the manor where the last vestiges of its beauty remain in its violet flowers.
폭풍으로 뚫린 균열 사이로 모든 온기가 빠져나갔던 그 저택으로.
To the manor where its storm-broken breach has siphoned all that was once pure.
너에게 삶을 내어준 대신 모멸감과 무너짐을 안겨주었던 그 저택으로.
To the manor that gave you not only life but also scorn and desolation. I switched
난로불
glasses.
가운데가 아닌 차가운 모퉁이 어기만이 네 자리였던 그 저택으로.
To the manor where your place was a frozen corner that couldn't be further from the hearth. Wuthering Heights time.
황야에서 돌아와.
Return from the moors.
이제 집으로 올 시간이야.
It's time for you to come home. So this is what T-Corp's nest looks like. We have surprisingly little trouble making it past the nest's borders. I guess my concerns were unfounded.
뭐 다행히도 이번 둥지 입국 심사는 별일 없이 넘어왔네요.
Well, somehow we made it through this nest checkpoint without any trouble.
아이, 이 정도야 뭐. 에이, 칭찬은 굳이 안 해도 괜찮다고 하지 않았어.
Tis nothing. Forsooth, such wild compliments are unnecessary, says I.
아무도 하진 않았는데.
But we didn't say anything.
다 컸어 이제.
She's grown so much. Everyone seems awfully relaxed for having just entered a different nest. I guess everyone's gotten used to this by now. Humdrum, routine. I guess they'd be the words to describe the general sentiment amongst the sinners. Except for one, that is. We're headed to this place called Wuthering Heights next, right? I could tell from Heathcliff's glum expression that his mind was weighed down by all kinds of complicated concerns. Bleh,
그렇지.
my tongue hurts. Oh, yeah. Though his eyes were staring at the moving scenery past the windows, his mind was affixed on something that his eyes couldn't see, something that lay beyond the building walls.
모더링 하이츠라. 무지하게 강한 바람이 불었던 집이었나 보죠.
The manor must have been built on one windy hill, huh?
그 저택은 바람이 지랄맞게 불었어.
Yeah, bloody Wuthering, like its namesake.
아늑한 구석은 하나도 찾을 수 없는 곳이었지.
Not a single corner of that place gave any comfort. Heathcliff's voice carried an unusually dark tone. The other sinners on the bus noticed this and began chatting him up.
고향에 당도한다니 마음이 참 복잡하겠소.
A return to one's homeland must bring forth quite the tangled mass of emotions.
고향이라. 뭐
Homeland? Well,
태어난 곳이 아니라 자라온 곳이긴 한데. 하긴 그것도 고향이라면 고향이겠지.
I wasn't born here. I was raised here. I suppose that could still count as homeland in a way.
근데 보통 고향하면 떠올리는 감정은 아니야.
But it doesn't conjure in me the same feeling that a homeland is supposed to.
하면
That is to say...
머릿속에선 수천 번도 넘게 상상했어. 내가 그 빌어먹을 집안에 돌아가서 모든 걸 남김없이 부수고.
You have no idea how many times I imagined it, played it out in my head. Returning to that bloody manor, smashing every little thing in that place to bits until there's nothing left.
모든 걸 부숴서 그 다음엔 뭘 하려고 했는데요?
Okay, so you'll smash everything to bits, and then what?
저를 보고도 깨달은 게 없는 거예요?
Did you really learn nothing from watching what I went through at the lake?
있어.
I did learn something.
일단 내가 획가닥해서 되져버리기 직전까지 가게 되더라도 너희 중 하나가 어떻게든 끄집어내줄 거라는 거.
If I ever lose this plot and push myself to the brink of no return, I trust that one of you louts will pull me right out of it.
뭐 두들겨 패서라도 꺼내달라는 건가요?
Are you giving us permission to beat the sense back into you?
두들겨 패서라도 그럴
Yeah.
필요가 있으면.
Yeah, if that's what it takes.
어디까지 허용이 되지? 신체 절단과 신경 조직 손상 중에
Interesting. How far are we allowed to go with bodily harm? Amputation? Nerve mutilation?
머리 같은 데를 세게 쥐어박는 정도는 괜찮지 않을까요?
Maybe we can at least smack his head really hard?
아니 이 새끼들
Alright, you cheeky bastards.
나한테 쌓인 걸 풀라는 의미가 아니라고.
Friendship,
지금
yeah.
진지하게.
Seriously, this isn't an invitation to use me as your emotional punching bag. I'm not in the mood to.
그래도 지금의 히스클리프 씨라면 잘 해내실 것 같다는 생각이 들어요.
Still, I think your present self can do this, Heathcliff.
뭔 소리야? 지금이라니.
What do you mean, my present self?
지금의 히스클리프 씨는 가난하고 남은 게 아무것도 없잖아요.
What the fuck? Why would he say that? Heathcliff, your present self is deprived. You're poor, and you don't have anything left.
뭐?
What?
가난?
Poor?
이제는 아예 대놓고 시비 걸기로 작정했냐? 내가
Right. Now you're skipping past the pleasantries and going straight into personal insults, yeah? I'm gonna I can beat your ass.
아니 오해가 있으신 것 같아요.
Oh, I think you took my words the wrong way. Honglu is far from the most talkative sinner, but when he does speak, he usually has something insightful to say. Though, since he never says it in a way that's immediately obvious, his words are very prone to misunderstandings.
저희는 모두 가난해요. 그러니 예전과는 많은 게 달라졌을 거예요. 어쩌면 가진 게 아무것도 없을 때가 되어서야 몰랐던 걸 깨달을 수도
way?
있으니까요.
Oh, he's not done. In a way, we're all deprived. And that can change a lot of things. Maybe there are things that we can understand only when we're left with nothing.
가난하여서 이렇게 구릿구릿한 색깔을 계속 가지고 다녀야 하는 거요?
Doth that poverty explain our current unsightly lack of colorfulness? Don Quixote looked mournfully at everything around her, then at herself. She sounded like she was about to cry. Everything had been drained of color since the moment we entered T-Corp through the back streets. It feels like even more of our colors have been taken away since then.
그 얘기 언제 하나 했어?
I was wondering when we'd bring that up.
대체 언제까지 이런 색깔로 다녀야 하는 거야?
Maybe we'll get our colors back soon.
나는 생각을 한 게 불과 10시간 전인데
Or so I thought, like 10 hours ago.
가도 원상복귀가 되지 않잖아. 이대로 평생 칙칙하게만 살아야 하는 거야? 이러면 식욕도 떨어져. 살아갈 의지가 없어지게 된다고.
Are we gonna be in this colorless forever? Are we gonna be colorless forever? Are we gonna be stuck in this gloomy hue for the rest of our lives? Seriously, nothing looks tasty in this sepia hue. I'm starting to lose even my will to live.
고기를 먹어도 고기가 상한 걸로밖에 안 보인다고.
Everything's in that sickly brown hue. Guys, even meat looks downright rotten in this color.
갑자기 너무 건너뛴 것 같지 않아?
That's a bit of an overreaction, isn't it?
그리고 저 사람들은 옷의 색깔이 보이고 있잖아.
Oh, and what about those guys? They've got color in their clothes. With an annoyed look, Raja gestured towards the people outside the bus.
개개인분들께 해드린 답변을 합치면 23번째 답변이긴 합니다만 색깔을 돌려받으려면
What the
그에
fuck? You have to
준하는
pay to get
돈을
your color
지불해야
back?
합니다.
A sufficient amount of payment must be made in order to retrieve your colors. It must be emphasized that this question has been repeatedly answered on 23 separate occasions.
저 정도로 색깔을 돌려받은 거면 코트에 바지에
Well, let me have a gander. His coat, his trousers.
저 새낀 별로 잘 살지도 못하면서 허세만 있는 놈이야. 진짜 부자들은 안경테나 장신구까지 색깔을 되쳤거든.
Oh. That bloke's not even that loaded. He's only trying to come off as though he is. Real tough spared no cash to get every single color back, even to their trivial trinkets like the rims of their glasses.
히스클리프 씨도 이곳에 살고 있을 동안은 계속 색을 보지 못한 상태였나요?
Did you also have to live without color when you lived here, Heathcliff?
아니, 저택은 어느 정도 예외였어. 그래도 여전히 색이 구린 곳이긴 했지만.
No. The manor had some color, yeah, though it was still far from vibrant.
동의 구려 피의 색 정도는 되찾았으면 싶군.
Agreed. This is the color of shit. Blood should have remained red.
그런데 저 자식 말이야. 저렇게 어설프게 색깔을 가진 채로 쏘다니면 괜히 뒤통수 얻어맞기 딱일 텐데.
That poor sod's going to get himself jumped, wandering about with that look. There's just enough color to invite the bandits, but not enough to keep him away. And he got jumped. Heathcliff's predictions came true and soon enough. Several thieves surrounded the bloke, who's only trying to come off as though he's loaded, and bashed him right in the back of his head.
저런 극악무도 파렴치한 자들을 보았나?
Fie, a bunch of shameless villains they are,
혼자 다니는 무고한 시민을 단체로 핍박하고 있지 않나?
preying on a weak civilian like a pack of hyenas.
갱단이라고 부르는 분들인가요?
Are they what you would call a gang?
물이 흐려졌군. 저런 걸 갱단이라고 부를 수도 없고 시간을 못 채운 하류 인생들인 거지.
The gangs of T-Corp have certainly seen better days. I wouldn't even call them a gang. They're just lowlifes running out of time.
내가 떠나올 때만 해도 저런 버러지 같은 것들은 저렇게 버젓이 돌아다니지도 않았어.
The last time I was here, scum like them couldn't even dare to infest the streets so brazenly. There are gangs that aren't scummy?
당연하지. 내가 있었던 갱단은 저런 식으로 만만한 놈한테 우르르 몰려가지 않았다고.
Of course. The gang I was in would never dogpile on some poor unarmed bloke like that.
하론, 쌩쌩 달리고 싶어. 길이 막혀서 부릉부릉 못해.
Karen wants to vroom vroom but can't vroom vroom with a roadblock. Is it a roadblock?
여기서 시간을 지체하는 것도 의미가 없지.
Well, there isn't much point in waiting for the situation to resolve itself. Virgilius finally spoke up after quietly listening in our discussion for the last few minutes.
돈키호테가 시끄럽게 굴기 전에 내려서 처리하고 오도록.
Take care of them before Don Quixote starts making a fuss about it.
정의 집행이군. 고맙네.
Ooh, an enactment of justice. I thank thee.
계좌비 씨도
My fucking tongue hurts so bad.
익숙해졌나 봐, 이제.
Bleh. It's the right side of my tongue is like swollen. He's really starting to get a hang of this, huh? Yay, let's beat up poor people. We've got just enough to pull some more, guys. Oh yeah, another temple. Yay! We got nothing! And back to the fucking bus we go.
저 살점을 찢으면 더 불.
뭐야? 이놈은 우리가 먼저 찜했어.
Away you kids. This one's ours.
너희도 시간이 부족해서 온 놈들인가 본데. 우리는 고작 30분밖에 안 남았다고.
What do you mean run out of time?
Looks like you lot are running out of time running low on time as well. Tough luck. We've only got 30 minutes ourselves.
혹시 데드래비치 같은 갱단 쪽인 거 아닐까?
Oi! Maybe they're one of the dead rabbits or something.
30분? 시간? 아니, 무슨 소리 하는 거야?
30 minutes? 30 minutes for what?
그럴 리가. 옛날에 자경단 활동 같은 걸 했던 데드래비치는 이지 없어. 회사가 마스크 쓰고 쾌한 눈으로 그냥 노려보기만 할 뿐이니까.
Ain't funny, or ain't possible. The old dead rabbits and the vigilante ways are no more. All they do nowadays is staring at you funny from behind those odd masks.
뭐? 마스크? 지금 뭐라고?
Mask. What are you talking about?
에이, 가뜩이나 시간 없어 죽겠는데 젠장.
Oh, this is why he talks like that.
Bollocks. We don't have time for this. Let's kill him quick.
They began rushing at us with bloodshot eyes, not giving Heathcliff time to even finish his sentence. We're beating up British poor people now.
지원반이 떠올랐어요.
어중간한 예술은 물어뜯어 고칠 수밖에. 이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다.
깨라는 소재를 통달하다.
무슨 맛일까?
더 야성적인.
그럼 끝이다. 자,
그게 힘이겠네요.
왜? 좀 아듀.
보여드려야겠군요. 왜냐면 예술을.
거긴 킬존이다.
I should check their abilities before, in case they don't like die right now.
왜?
Before I forget.
좋아.
Oi, oi! And this will sting. Found a gap and guard. Okay. Oi, 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 oi. Don't you stop now. Dizzy, eh? The topsy-turvy. Holy shit, the topsy-turvy.
소바지. 당신의 소재로 써보고 싶습니다.
아듀. 이 날카롭고 거친 궤적, 뜯겨나간 실처럼 엉망진창으로 도려내진 이 흉터들. 설마 거미집이 성공한 거야? 잠깐, 그럼 이럴 때가 아니지. 돌아가서 마에스트로 씨에게 말해줘야 해. 이 복도 어딘가에 모든 손가락이 탐낼 만한 걸작이 있다는 걸.
Some of my guys don't have tier 3s yet. Just Heathcliff and Yiseng actually.
맛있는 경험을 기대하지.
야, 너 모자 멋진데? 어디서 샀냐?
Nice hat you got there. Where'd you get it?
잘못했습니다. 다 가져가세요. 제 시계에서 원하시는 만큼 시간을 빼가셔도
Or to
됩니다.
just be yapping? Yeah. I'm sorry, please take everything. Take as much time as you want. Here's my watch. Sorry. Sir, Heathcliff! Heathcliff was looming over the man and growling threateningly. He certainly fit the look of a villain from this particular angle.
야, 방금 건 그냥 칭찬한 거잖아. 이놈이 유독 오버해서 반응하는 거라고.
Lass, I was just complimenting him for his sharp fashion choices. The man's overreacting.
저는 이것 빼고는 완전 아무것도 없어요. 납치 같은 걸 해봤자 돈 나올 건덕지가 없다고요.
This is literally everything I have. I don't got any money for ransom even if you were to kidnap me.
납치는 안 됩니다. 집에 기다리는 가족들이 있어요.
Please, please don't kidnap me. I've got a family. They're all waiting for me to come home. The man was inadvertently saved from the hands of thieves, was shuddering and screaming incoherently, almost to an unnatural degree. And we were still not out of the dark alleyways where other thieves might be waiting to get the jump on us.
What the hell is this racket? Oh!
이것들 뭐야? 이렇게 시간이 굴러 들어온다고?
Stop throwing shit at me.
Well, 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 what do we have here? I think seeing loads of time rolling in right in. I think I'm seeing loads of time rolling in right before us.
10분.
Time for what?
5분이라도 좋으니까 얼른.
10 minutes? No! We'll take 5 minutes too. Hand it over now.
도대체가 이놈이고 저놈이고 왜 다들 시간 타령인 거야?
Why the hell is every fellow here so obsessed with time?
아니면 모조리 해치운 뒤에 저 시계를 뺏어가는 방법밖에 없겠지.
If you don't give it up willingly, we'll have to kill you all and take that clock for ourselves.
Clock? Oh shit, me. Wait, me? Uh-oh. I just realized we probably have a big target on my head.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
더 약해라는 소재를 통달한다면 당신의 소재로 써보고 싶습니다.
준비한 기믹은 이게 다인가? 거긴 킬존이다! 이제 갖고 놀기 틀렸다!
Yeah, what? Yeah, what?
어중간한 예술은
Just quietly killing a bunch of poor people.
좋아.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로
한잔을 주십시오. 이제야 힘이 갔나요?
왜? 좀 긁혔어?
보여드려야
Come on.
왜냐면 예술은
This
영감이
one guy
떠올랐어요.
came up to help. Oh, the big target on my back comment? Yeah. Big target on my head. But I don't understand yet, like, why they would be freaking out over time. Did they, like, die?
너
You.
쳐라. 쓸데없이 네가 비명 지르는 바람에 일이 자꾸 꼬이잖아.
Oh, I like so. I'm behind chat-wise. Hold on. Yeah. Quiet. Or you'll attract even more of them to us.
인정 안 닥치면 사람 먹는
Shut your god
곳으로
right now.
끌고
We'll
간
feed you
다음에
to the meek right
저
now.
고철 덩어리한테 먹이는 수가 있다. 어?
Meek on your back. At our rickety cannibal bus. Is that clear?
그러면
Then
저를 납치하러 온 사람들이 아닌가요?
you're not here to kidnap me?
그래. 몇 번이나 말했던 것 같지만.
No, for the... I don't even know how many times we've told you.
그럴 리가 없지 않소. 우리 앤 우연히 지나가는 정의로운 림보.
Of course not, indeed, for we are the Limba Fix Justice. She's trying so hard not to say it.
아니 나그네들이었어. 여기 있는 히스클리프 군이 말투가 조금 괴팍해요. 그렇지.
The passers-by of justice. Sir Heathcliff here can be rather brutish in his manner of speech. That is all.
그렇군요. 나그네.
Right. Passerby of justice.
그런데 왜 돈이 아니라 시간을 달라고 하는 거죠?
So why are they asking us for time and not money?
시간도 사고 팔 수 있는 걸까?
Maybe time is just another commodity to be sold and bought here.
T사 가이드북 여전히 아직도?
Guys, is it just me again? The T-Corp pamphlet guide, did no one really? Ishmael's eyes started to glaze over. Once again, she may have been the only sinner who bothered to read up on our destination.
T사, 즉 타임 트랙사에서는
In T-Corp, also known as the Time Track Corporation.
시계를 신분증의 역할로 쓰고 있어. 이들이 지니고 있는 시계를 통하여 화폐 대신에 시간을 거래하기도 하오. 대부분의 근로자는 노동에 대한 보상을 시간으로 지급받지.
Its citizenry utilizes timepieces as personal identification. They often trade with time instead of physical currency. Their means of transaction done via the timepieces they carry. Most laborers in these lands are rewarded for their efforts with time.
이상 씨를 봐서 이번엔 넘어가죠.
Okay, so time is a currency. Thanks for your explanation, Yi-sang. I'll let it slide this time. So, is this going to be a problem? Otis is the only one who carries a watch.
아, 그 시간이 멈춰 있는 소목시계 말씀이죠? 패션용으로 착용하고 있는.
Yeah, he looks rich as hell. Oh, you mean her broken wristwatch? I always thought that wearing a stopped watch was a neat fashion statement.
패션용인 적은 없었다. 무례한 말을.
It's not a fashion item. It never was. How insolent of you to assume.
그리고 아까 말한 납치라는 건 무슨 뜻이었어?
Right, I've been meaning to ask. What got you so freaked out about a kidnapping earlier?
아, T사 길거리엔 사람들이 마구잡이로 납치당한다는 흉흉한 소문이 돌고 있어서요.
Oh, there's a pretty scary rumor of indiscriminate kidnappings going around these T-Corp streets.
이젠 아무도 다니지 않는 거리인데 이렇게 때로 다니시니 소문의 납치 조직인가 해서.
These are abandoned streets, so when I saw a dozen or so people running around together, I was scared that you guys might be the infamous kidnapping syndicate or something.
구체적으로 말해보도록. 육하 원칙을 활용하면 더 좋고.
We need more details. I want the who, when, where, what, how, and why. Proceed?
실종자들 때문이에요.
People are going missing around here.
최근 들어 이곳에서 사람들이 이유 없이 행방불명된다고 해요. 이젠 다들 안개가 자욱해지기만 해도 무서워서 집에만 박혀 있죠.
This kind of became the last known location for a bunch of missing people. Everyone becomes a shut-in during the foggy days because they don't want to get kidnapped.
마침 여기 굴러다니고 있는 디타임즈 신문지 일면에도 쓰여 있네요. 오리무중인 납치 사건, 충격, 경악, 공포. 실체조차 한 군도 발견되지 않아. 더 읽어드릴까요?
It's not done. It's even on the front page of this Times newspaper. Here, mysterious kidnapping fear sweeps district. Not even a single body found. I can keep reading if you want. Mirsad, Raja, and Don Quixote began enthusiastically reading the sensationalized titles and attached articles on the newspaper he showed us. And the attached articles.
이 근처에 상을 받은 맛집이.
Oh, I gotta check out that award-winning eatery. It's not so far from where we are.
아, 시간에서 해결사들이 이런 인터뷰를.
Aha! So the time retrieval fixers have said as such in these interviews. Are you guys even reading the same article?
확실히 평소보다 지나다니는 인간들이 훨씬 줄어들었어.
That's right. There's a lot less people around here than I remember.
여기는 원래 공장으로 일하러 가는 노동자나 조잡한 장비를 팔로 나온 발명가들이 붐비던 거리야. 이렇게 거리가 텅텅 비었던 적은 없었는데.
The street used to be packed with workers headed to their factory jobs and inventors selling their useless trinkets. It's never been this empty. This empty street of T-Corp was thick with fog, and the bustling crowd from Heathcliff's memory is nowhere to be seen. Maybe the lack of color made the fog appear even thicker.
일전 검계와의 소동에서 들었던 괴담과 흡사한 이야기인 것 같군.
This reminds me of the kidnapping rumor we heard when we were working on the Blade lineage case.
행방불명이라. 역시 사람을 납치해서 팔아넘기는 악질적인 조직이 있는 걸까요?
missing people? Maybe there really is a messed up kidnapping, human trafficking syndicate roaming this area.
그런 놈들이 대놓고 활보한다는 이야기는 못 들었는데. 적어도 내가 있었을 때.
I've never heard of such a syndicate strutting about this place. Back when I lived here, at least.
인신매매 따위가 목적인 조직이 있다면 흔적 하나둘은 남을 수밖에 없다.
It is a statistical impossibility for a human trafficking syndicate to leave zero evidence behind. There is bound to be one or two they let slip between their fingers.
거리를 이렇게 만들 정도로 거대한 움직임이라면 더더욱 시체 안 돌 정도는 찾기 마련이다.
Especially if this syndicate is so prolific to the point of indirectly discouraging the public from leaving their homes. A body or two will invariably be found.
시체도 남지 않는다는 건 단지 죽거나 죽이는 정도의 내용이 아닌.
If they really didn't leave any bodies, then maybe it's worse than just your usual murder.
깊이 파고들수록 위험한 일일 수 있다는 건가요?
Maybe it'd be more dangerous the more we look into it. If it's not just another violent tragedy, then maybe there's more to this than we think. Maybe there's some powerful organization pulling the strings.
아니, 시체만으로는 그렇게 보기 힘들지 않나?
You know, that's a lot of conjecture to make just from the fact that no bodies have been found.
네?
I'm sorry?
뒷골목에 밤이 있잖아.
Guys, the night in the back streets.
그 청소부들이 지나가면 시체를 포함한 쓰레기들은 전부 청소되어 있으니까.
Oh yeah, that's true. A single sweep from those sweepers leaves nothing behind. Every trash in the back streets, including corpses, is completely cleaned up.
그렇군. 시체까지 말끔하게 치워버릴 수도 있겠네.
Right, they'd even clean up the corpses, yeah.
당연히 쓰레기만 청소하는 게 아니라는 건 무서운 일이지만.
Hello, Ardina. Of course, it's kind of scary that they clean up more than just trash. Yeah, the idea of sweepers really freaked Sinclair out for a while. We're playing Limbus today.
이상한 흉내를 내면서 저한테만.
That's because Raja kept making funny noises and sweeper impressions at me every night. We just entered a town that nothing has color.
당연한 결과죠. 저는 선택받았으니까. 그렇겠죠?
And we're in chapter 6.
안개 낀 거리에서 일어나는 미스터리 실종 사건이라.
Mysterious case of missing persons in the back street, or in the streets, shrouded in thick, heavy fog.
무슨 괴담 같네요. 무서운 건 아니고요.
It's almost as if we're in the middle of some scary urban legend. Not that I'm scared at all.
억지로 웃지 않아도 돼, 싱클레어.
Don't force yourself to laugh, Sinclair.
불길하네. 첫 판부터 주눅드는 기세로 가면 좋지 않은데.
I don't like this at all. We're this scared so soon after entering the nest? Everyone seems to be on edge thanks to the unsettling story we heard earlier. I know what to do. Hey Heathcliff, that invitation, can you read it out loud for us again? It'll be a good idea to remind ourselves of our current mission. Besides, I could use a refresher myself.
그까지 초대장 읽어서 뭐 하라고?
It's just an invitation. There ain't nothing special about it. The neatly folded invitation Heathcliff produced from his pockets completely betrayed his attempt at appearing aloof. It was folded with such tender care that it almost resembled a neat paper craft. He cleared his throat. Sometime later.
부디 참석하시어 이 자리를 빛내주시면 감사하겠습니다.
Please honor this occasion with your presence.
경의를 담아, 넬리.
With great respect, Nelly.
그리고
And
아이씨. 꼭 와야 해, 히스. 기다리고 있을게.
You have to be here, Heath. I'll be waiting. Caffey. My cat being vocal. Damn. This wasn't exactly what I had in mind when I asked him to read that letter.
여기가 무슨 동네 술집이에요?
What are we, a party crowd at some dive bar?
아, 이런 분위기 아니었어?
Oh, that wasn't what we were going for?
내가 이럴 줄 알았지. 화낼 기분도 안 나네.
I knew this would happen. I ain't even mad.
애초에 기다린다고 했을 뿐이지 만나고 싶다고 한 것도 아니고.
Besides, all she said is that she'd be waiting. She never said she'd miss me or wanted to see me.
아니, 그래도 말이야. 이 문구를 보면은
Come on, bud. Just look at the way she wrote it. Here.
어디?
Let me see. Let me see. Some sinners. Ow, fuck! I bit myself again. Some sinners gather in a circle, like they're doing a literary. Fuck my tongue, man. Literary analysis of the invitation letter. Maybe I was worrying too much. Dude, my tongue is swollen. This is like hard mode. Reading with a debuff, yeah. God, they're like school kids opening their first love letters.
뭐야? 싱클레어는 저런 거에 관심 없었어?
What? Were you never interested in those things, Sinclair?
저는 열심히 공부만 했어요. 책과 칠판만 보면서 살았다고요.
I was a good, diligent student. The only things I ever cared about were my textbooks and school lectures.
싱클레어 군 또다시 얼굴이 붉어지고 있어.
Sinclair, thy countenance appeareth to be turning rosy again.
체질이라고 지난번에 말했잖아요.
For the last time I said it's genetics.
그럼 단테는?
What about you, Dante?
아니다.
I don't remember. Oh, never mind. Hey, what's with that oddly sorry look on your face?
안타까울 필요는 없다. 세상엔 많은 취향이 존재하고 있으니.
The manager has no need for your sympathy. I am certain that there are those who appreciate their unique appearance. Damn, they just call my ass ugly?
그런데 이상하지 않소?
Is it not odd?
히스클리프 씨가 연애 편지를 받는 게요?
What, that someone actually wrote Heathcliff a love letter?
아, 이상 씨, 그런 말은 좀 너무하네요.
What am I saying? That is such a rude thing to say.
아니, 그런 무례한 말을 한 것이 아니라 나는
No, I had no intention of relaying such crass sentiments to.
농담이에요, 농담. 저도 이상 씨랑 같은 걸 느꼈으니까요.
Just kidding, he's saying. Just kidding. I was actually thinking the same thing.
티사 어딘가에 있을 로보토미 지부가 아니라 다 같이 워더링 하이츠라는 저택으로 향한다는 건
That is weird, yeah. Since we're not looking for a Lobotomy Corp branch of T-Corp, since we're heading to this Wuthering Heights Manor instead.
그곳으로 도달해야 황금 가지를 얻을 수 있다는 소리일 테니까.
Hi, Spiral. I suppose that's where we'll find the golden bowl. Thank you. I got some water. Sorry guys, I bit my tongue like really fucked up like 2 days ago, and now it's like swollen and it's hard to read, so I apologize. Just checking in before I go back to work. I see. We just started Count to 6 finally. So that's where we're at. And we pulled some stuff at the Whelp thingy, the event. I got Don Quixote of La Mancha. That's what I got. I suppose that's where we'll find the golden bow.
정확하게 짚어주었구려, 이스마엘 양.
That is precisely what I intended to convey, Miss Ishmael. I poked so hard when that teaser dropped. I don't think I saw the thing yet. He sent it like at 4 in the morning, and I was like half awake.
때마침 고마운 지적을 하는군.
Thank you for bringing that up. I was starting to get tired of being the bringer of unpleasant news.
우리가 워더링 하이츠로 향하는 이유가 설마 저 편지 한 장 때문이라고 생각한다면 큰 실망을 느꼈을 거다.
Hopefully none of you are under the impression that we're headed to the Wuthering Heights just because of some invitation Heathcliff received. Because if you are, you'll be sorely disappointed. I just got Don Quixote of La Mancha, and then I got a bunch of caca.
그래서 이 문맥을 보면 결국 하려는 말이
So if we're looking at the context she wrote this in, what she really trying to say here is
아니 그보다는 이 어투를 봐야지.
no, bud. You got to look at the tone she used here.
뭐 일단 넘어가죠.
Yeah, I didn't get anything from the Whelp. No Whelp specific characters. Sure, moving on.
LCCB로부터 황금가지의 관측 보고가 있었습니다.
There was a report from the LCCB that a golden bow had been observed.
위치는 워더링 하이츠 저택 어딘가.
They narrowed its location down to somewhere within the Wuthering Heights Manor.
하지만 특유의 보안 시스템으로 인해 LCCB 틈이 잠입하는 것은 위험 부담이 크므로 황금가지의 정확한 위치는 파악이 되지 못했습니다.
There was a significant risk on the account of the manor's unique security system that prevented the before team from conducting their on-site preliminary survey. The exact location of the bow is yet to be identified.
특유의 보안 시스템? 그런 게 있어.
You know, if you guys use your Prime subs, I could always pull some stuff from the Whelp. Next time. Unique security measures? Not sure if I remember anything like that. Mine's already used though. Not you,
네,
not you.
이상하다고밖에 말할 수 없겠네요.
Right, then it's even more odd. No other ways to put it.
동의하오. 비록 황금가지의 값어치와 그 위상에 대해 정확히 알고 있는 것은 아니지만
Indeed, though, I remain ignorant of the monetary value and public perception of its worth.
평범한 저택 안에 그런 것이 놓여 있을 리가 만무할 것 같소.
I do know that the golden bow is not an item so easily obtainable that it may be housed in a normal private manner.
황금가지가 처음부터 그곳에 위치해 있었던 것은 아니었다. 정도만 말씀드리죠.
It can be shared that the golden bow wasn't always located inside the manor.
T살 로보토미 지부 어딘가에 있었던 황금가지가 모종의 이유로 저택으로 옮겨졌다는 것이고요.
I see. Then the golden bow, its previous location in an unknown area within T-Corp's Lobotomy Corp branch, has been transferred to the manor for a reason we are not yet aware of.
캐서린이라는 인물이 이번 작전의 핵심이겠군요.
Right. Then this Catherine person will be a major part of this operation.
황금가지를 자기 저택 안에 소유하고 있는 자라니.
To have the golden bow all to herself in that manner.
그리고 황금가지가 아니더라도 히스클리프 씨가 자신을 보러 저택에 와줄 거라고 믿어 의심치 않는 아주 자신만만한 사람일 거고요.
She's got to be one confident woman too. Confident enough to believe that Heathcliff would come to the manor just to see her face, even if it wasn't for the golden bow. None of this conversation seems to even register to Heathcliff, however.
혹시 주위에 이발소나 양품점이 보이면 말해줘.
Wait, let me know if you see a barber shop or a boutique nearby.
무슨 명소마다 멈춰서는 관광버스로 생각하고 있는 건 아니겠지.
This isn't a tour bus, Heathcliff. We will not make unnecessary stops like the ones you suggest.
그냥 나를 내려주고 먼저 가도 되잖아. 뒤따라갈 수 있어.
Right, I get it. Then why don't you just leave me behind and go on ahead? I'll catch up.
제가 두 눈 커다랗게 뜨고 계속 보고 있는데 말이죠, 히스클리프 씨.
So Heathcliff, I've been watching the shots very closely.
아까의 그 소문 때문인지는 몰라도 이 시간에 길거리에 열려 있는 가게가 보이지 않아요.
Oh, yeah.
안개가 자욱해서 더 그런가 싶기도 하네요.
But I haven't noticed a single open shop. It might be because of the rumors from earlier and the fog.
역시 저랑 로자 씨한테 맡겨보시는 게 제일...
Why don't you just leave it to us, Raja and I?
아이씨, 야 잠깐.
Oh, they're kidnapping his ass. What the hell are you? Wait! It's over. Giant Raja and that motherfucker are gonna doll him up. Hiya! The bus emerged from the back streets into a rather quiet-looking village. I'm gonna drink some water. The fog was still thick, and everything was still in that faded hue. Even the occasional sightings of pedestrians had ceased. The very idea of color variation seemed like an alien concept here. All I see are orange-hued lights coming through the windows of misty gray buildings. It was as though everyone decided to stay indoors for the day. I can't even tell where we are, or how close we are from our destination anymore. Have you been here by any chance, he sang? He was the only other sinner who had spent a while in T-Corp, so I decided to ask if he recognized anything, but it was evident that this scenery was unfamiliar to him.
나는 최대한 사람들의 눈을 끌지 않으며 연구와 생업에 몰두하고자 하였지. 하여 T사를 그리 자유로이 오가진 못했소.
Though I have resided here for some time, most of my hours were spent earning a living and conducting my research when I could afford to do so. Thus, I have not ventured freely the streets of T-Corp. I can't imagine doing any research at a place like this. Can't have been that easy.
익숙해지면 괜찮소. 오히려 이곳에서 나고 자란 이들에겐 색이 있다는 것이 신기한 것이니.
It's quite manageable once one grows accustomed to the monochromatic sight. The presence of variance in the color itself is an alien concept. It's a concept alien to those who are born and raised in these lands.
그리고 나는 잠시나마 기댈 수 있는 자들이 있었네. 이는 낯선 곳에 적응하는데 꽤 많은 도움이 되지.
And I had shoulders of those I could lean on. Even for a fleeting moment, it helps us have such support when acclimating to a place as foreign as this. Yiseng looks away to a place far beyond from here. Memories of his past, most likely.
T사의 특이점이 어떤 것인지에 대해선 아는 게 있나요?
Did you ever hear anything about what T-Corp's singularity is?
그것에 대해선 특이점이 의뢰 그렇듯 나도 무어라 정확히 추론할 수는 없는 작동 원리라 함이 맞겠소.
As all singularities are, its true nature, its mechanisms, and function are all something of an enigma. Yet, Yiseng paused and carefully began to speak.
시간과 관련이 되어 있다는 것만은 알고 있었소. 정확히 어떠한 시간을 어떻게 다루는지는 모르겠지만
I am aware is that it has aught to do with time, though I am unsure of its use.
이 또한 부질없는 추측이며 답은 파우스트 양만이 알겠소만.
Well, I suppose all this is but meaningless conjecture, and only Miss Faust amongst us must be aware of all the answers. Nope.
T사가 거주자들로부터 끊임없이 색을 빼앗아가는 이유 중 하나죠.
Its singularity is one of the reasons T-Corp constantly drains colors from its inhabitants.
그게 색이랑 무슨 상관인데?
What's time got to do with color?
시간을 필연적으로 제어해야 하는 곳이라면 빛과 연관이 있는 영역일 것이며.
If the control of time is so imperative to T-Corp's operations, then they must also control the realm of light.
빛은 또한 색과도 밀접한 관련이 있으니 종국엔 색과 얽히게 되는 것입니다.
As light inherently has much to do with the spectrum of colors, these two subjects eventually overlap.
제가 알고 있는 시간에 대해서까진 추론이 가능했습니다만 파우스트가 가진 T사의 특이점과 관련된 지식에 접근하기까지는 저에게 아직은 시간이 걸린다는 말도 덧붙여야겠군요.
That is as far as I could deduce regarding the concept of time that I am aware of. Yet, it must also be said that it takes time for me to reach Faust's specific knowledge regarding T-Corp's singularity. Faust, known amongst us for her maybe and perhaps, rarely ever gave us answers this detailed. Then now's the time to ask her all of my questions.
파우스트 양, 시간이라면
Miss Faust, as we discuss the subject of time.
네, T사에 관한 이야기는 여기까지 하는 편이 안전하겠군요.
Indeed, it would be safe for us to move on from the subject of T-Corp at this time. Oh.
또 말해줄 것처럼 하다가 입을 닫아버렸네.
There she goes again, teasing us with stuff she's not going to tell us anyway. Well, I guess I should be glad that she decided to tell us this much. I thought she'd tell us more, no matter how much we pry.
그런데 좀 씁쓸하네요.
That's kind of sad.
특이점으로 인해서 평생 색을 모른 채로 살아가는 사람들도 있단 거잖아요.
That there are people who's never seen color their whole lives, all because of this singularity.
뭐 다 그런 거지. 우리도 어쩌면 지금 다른 사람이 볼 때 뭣도 모르고 사는 불쌍한 사람일 수도 있으니까.
Well, that's just how it goes, isn't it? In the eyes of a stranger, we'd just be another one of those poor, miserable people who've never seen color.
뭐가 되었든 고기 맛을 한번 본 적이 있다는 게 무서운 거야. 평생 모르고 살면 좋을 텐데. 기어코 고기 맛을 보면 알기 전으로 돌아가기는
What is she talking
불가능하니까.
That's the danger in trying your very first bite of the meat. You taste it once, and you'll never unknow the flavor. And in the end, you'll start to wish you never tried it.
햇빛의 색깔까지 보이지 않는 건 아쉽네요.
It is pretty disappointing that even the sun loses its vibrancy here.
하늘의 색이 그리워질 때는 많았어. 특히 얕게 비가 올 때는.
Oft did I long to see the colors of the sky, especially the sky that looms over a light shower of rain.
그래, 그런 것들도 각자 알던 하늘의 색이 있었으니까 아쉽고 그리워지게 되는 거지. 처음부터 이곳의 하늘만 보고 살다 죽는다면 그건 불행도 아닐 거야.
Yeah, things like the color of the sky too. You long to see it only because you've seen its beauty. If you were born here, never to escape its borders to the last of your days without ever seeing the blue sky, then I'd hardly call that death miserable.
그것까지 불행하다고 말한다면 오히려 오만한 게 되는 거지.
Calling even that miserable is nothing but sheltered arrogance.
그렇게 생각할 수도 있겠네요.
I guess that could also be true. The atmosphere in the bus suddenly became incredibly frosty.
아, 그거 해보자. 가장 좋아하는 색깔이 뭔지에 따라서 각자 성격을 알 수 있다던데.
Oh hey, speaking of color, I got something to ask ya. Have you guys ever heard of the colors game? Apparently each type of personality has a corresponding color. Raja, who was the first to chill the bus in the first place, was also the first to break the ice.
이상이 하늘색을 좋아하는 거라면 어디 보자. 고요하고 조용한 당신, 생각에 빠져 잠기는 걸 좋아하는군요.
If Yisang enjoys the light blue color of the sky, then let's see. You must be a thinker and a philosopher who prefers the calm and quiet.
오, 어떻게 하는 것이오? 그거 참 기묘한 재주로군.
Oh, how did you come to know that? That is quite the remarkable talent you have.
나도 해줘. 나는 말이지 붉은색이 좋소. 아니 노란색. 아니 붉은색? 아니.
Goofy. I wish my favorite color to be rated as well. Forsooth, I quite like fancy the color red. Nay yellow, nay red, nay yellow.
자, 차례를 기다려. 그 다음에는 파우스트.
Now wait your turn. Next in the order is Faust.
저는.
I.
잠깐. 무슨 말 할지 다 알아. 파우스트는 대체로 그런 걸 믿지 않는답니다. 라고 하겠지?
Wait. I know exactly what you're about to say. You're about to say Faust does not hold much belief in such ideations, or something like that, right?
그런 사람은 대체로 흰색을 좋아하더라고. 그렇지? 자기 머리색이랑도 똑같네.
Which is exactly what people who like the color white would say, right? Am I right? Aren't I? Like your hair is white too.
그저 말을 아끼겠습니다.
I will not comment further on this subject.
나?
Ooh.
제일 좋아하는 색깔?
Me? My favorite color?
참, 뭘 그딴 걸 물어봐, 남사스럽게.
What a stupid question. That's naff, lass.
나는...
What I like... He pauses. A great matter begins to emerge in our view from a distance. I could immediately tell that this was the Wuthering Heights manor Heathcliff had mentioned.
검은색.
That was quick. Black.
모든 물감을 다 섞어버리면 나오는 색 아닌가? 그거.
It's the color you get when you dump an entire set of paint into a bucket, isn't it?
그래서 제일 볼만한 색깔이지. 덧칠만 계속 해버리면 되는 거니까.
And that's why, exactly why I tolerate it. Keep throwing paint over paint over paint and you get black. Simple. I can clearly hear that Heathcliff is muttering through the gritted teeth. Gritted teeth. I have a feeling that black wasn't always his favorite color. The makeover. What the fuck? This is some Wesker Mansion shit. Two things changed the moment the Wuthering Heights Manor appeared over the horizon.
거울 있는 사람 없냐? 야, 뭐 아무거나 내놔봐.
Mirror. I need a mirror. Anyone got a mirror? Come on. Anyone?
왜 이러시는가, 히스클리프군. 이 거울은
What has gotten into you, Heathcliff? This mirror isn't... One was Heathcliff, who was suddenly overcome with an intense anxiety. And the other was the weather that grew dark and tempestuous? Tempestuous. Okay, tempest. I know how to say tempest. Tempestuous? All of a sudden. Never heard anyone say that. What a terrifying noise.
원래 이렇게 날씨가 궂은 곳이었나요?
Was the weather here always this awful?
바람은 항상 거세게 몰아치긴 했어. 거의 폭풍 수준이었지.
It was always this windy, yeah. Almost like a constant tempest.
하지만 이런 천둥이랑 번개는
With this thunder and lightning?
뭐 워더링 하이츠의 날씨는 어느 쪽이든 꾸릿꾸릿했지만.
Well, the weather at the Wuthering Heights was always this awful, thunder or not.
멀리서만 봐도 저택이 정말 크네요.
There really is one massive manor if it looks that big from this far away.
침침한 눈의 카론, 침침하게 도착.
Karen can't see well. Not sure if this is the right place, but we're here.
번개가 번쩍번쩍 눈 아파.
Lightning goes boom, eyes go out. This manor looked as though it came straight out of a dark gothic tale full of mysteries. I was half expecting to hear a haunting cry echoing from its windows. So are we just waiting for Vigilius to go off the bus again?
안 그런 적이 없지 않았나?
When hasn't that been the case, Manager Bud?
그래도 지금까지는 지부거나 회사였잖아요. 이번에는 그냥 저택일 뿐인데.
I mean, it's not like we're digging into a lobotomy corp branch or entering one of those wings, right? It's just a manor. So I don't see what's stopping him from coming with us. Because he doesn't want to.
자, 내리지.
Now get the fuck off the bus.
나와 카루는
Karen and I
이번에도 밖에서 기다리고 있겠다고?
wait outside until we're done with our mission. None of the senators were hiding their dissatisfaction with Vigilius. Some of them were even standing with their arms crossed.
다들 표정을 보아하니 단체로 할 말이라도 있는 듯한 모양새고.
By the looks on your faces, clearly you all have collectively have something to say. Hey! Who did that?
본인은 아닐세. 감히. 아무튼 아무 생각도 하지 않았는데.
Of course not. I would hardly ever dare to challenge thee. Well, maybe not every sinner. We've gone through a lot of things, survived various trials and tribulations. Tribulations that could have been easily handled had Vigilius had been there with us. So...
베르길리우스.
Vigilius? Looks like Ishmael decided to step up as our representative.
처음에 길잡이라고 우리에게 소개하지 않았나요?
Uh-oh. You introduced yourself to us as our guide, didn't you?
그런데 길잡이는커녕 매번 작전마다 우리를 출발선에 내려두고 카론 씨랑 무엇을 하러 다니는 건데요?
So what kind of guide just tosses everyone at the start of the journey and goes off on their own with the bus driver? Where are you guys even going? Oh. Uh-oh. Is Ishmael gonna get slapped across the face?
쓸데없이 짜증 부리는 게 아니라고요. 이 점은 확실히 하죠.
I want to make it clear that I'm not being a hard ass for no good reason.
저는 당신을 신뢰하고 싶으니까 물어보는 거예요.
I'm asking you because I want to trust you.
같은 부서의 동료라면 적어도 업무 간 행선지 정도는 공유하자고요.
After all, we're technically all in the same boat. We're co-workers. I'd say the least you could do is tell us where we're headed. Virgilius held his silence for a moment. His brows were not as furrowed as they usually are, which was the only indicator to me that he wasn't offended to hear this as I thought it'd be.
너희가 특정 계약을 통해 이곳에 입사를 한 것처럼
Just like you sinners who joined this company via your individual contracts.
나 역시도 어떤 조건이 적혀있는 계약서를 통해 이곳에 입사했지.
I also signed a contract with specific clauses and conditions I must abide by.
왜? 특색나리께서도 계약서를 썼다는 말인 겐가?
Huh? The company made the color most illustrious sign a contract as well?
당연하지 않나. 내가 아무 손익계산 없이 이 버스에서 철부지들을 통솔하고 있겠나.
Of course I did. Why would I be babysitting you children on this bus otherwise? I'm not one to work for free.
자세한 계약의 내용까지 너희에게 말해줄 생각도 없고 언급해서도 안 되겠지만
I don't want to bother detailing each and every clause of my contract to you, nor should I.
이스마엘, 네가 말한 신뢰라는 단어는 제법 마음에 들었다. 그러니 간단하게만 언급해두지.
But Ishmael, I quite like that you use the word trust in your speech. So I believe that you deserve at least a brief explanation.
나는 황금가지를 직접 회수해서도 직접적인 도움을 제공해서도 안 된다. 오로지 여기 있는 관리자 그리고 너희 수감자들에게 맡겨야만 하지.
I am not supposed to retrieve the golden bowls myself, nor am I allowed to provide you with any direct support. The contract stipulates that I must leave everything to the manager and the sinners.
왜 그런 계약을?
Why the hell would you sign a contract like that?
언제나 왜냐고 묻는 것은 의미가 없다.
As always, it's meaningless to ask me why.
계약이란 건 당사자가 아닌 자들이 완전하게 이해할 수 없는 형태로 이루어지니.
Contracts are rarely ever fully understood by those that are not a part of it.
다만,
But
목적지에 도착해서 너희들을 버스에서 내리라고 말을 할 때,
what I can tell you is that when I ask you sinners to leave this bus for a mission,
그래도 마음을 어느 정도 놓고 보낼 수는 있게 되었다고는 말할 수 있겠군.
I suppose in a way I say it with a lighter heart than I used to.
모든 것을 얻어내겠다는 욕심으로 무리하게 계약을 지키려다 관리자가 돌이킬 수 없는 지경으로 가게 되어 다 잃지는 않을까 하는 고민은 들었지.
I am no longer concerned that, in my desire to fulfill the conditions for every clause in my contract, the manager might be irreversibly hurt. I would be left with nothing if such a thing were to happen. Did he just admit to trusting us more than he used to? Ooh, ooh.
단테, 그런 말은 굳이 한 번 더 물어보지 않는 편이 좋아.
Don't make her repeat something like that, Dante.
특히 누군가 속마음을 어렵게 겨우 표현했을 때는.
Especially when someone went through the trouble of expressing their true hidden feelings.
그리고
Besides.
잠깐만.
Wait.
이대로 내릴 수는 없어.
I'm not going in there like this.
안 되겠어. 다시 돌아가자. 유턴하면 되잖아.
No, can't do this. Oi, turn the bus around.
내 피해는 유턴 없어.
Mephi doesn't do U-turns.
이런 꼴로 어떻게 다시 저택에 돌아가라는 거야?
Oh, so I ain't going back to the manor in these wrinkly rags. Oh yeah, right. Every single one of our elaborate plans to dress him up in fancy clothes fell through. Hey, you don't look that bad.
이런 꼬라지로 가면 또다시 그 새끼들이.
If I go back in these rags, those bastards will.
그 새끼들이 누군데요?
Those bastards? Who are they?
있어. 옛날부터 나만 보면 하나라도 흠잡을 구석 없는지 눈알을 굴려대는.
That's just always eye me up and down, trying to find a speck of dust, a single flaw, something to latch onto just to humiliate me.
눈깔 다 내버려.
Then gouge out their eyes. Duh! Duh! Of course, just do that.
재치 있는 발상.
Oh, that would be quite a clever solution.
원!
What are you even... Looks like Heathcliff is the only one who's taking this seriously.
뭔데? 니들은 왜 그렇게 음흉하게 웃어?
The hell is wrong with the pair of you? Quit giggling like that.
그럴 줄 알고 우리가 준비를 미리 해왔죠.
But we came prepared exactly for this occasion. What'd they do?
아무리 생각해도 우리 히스가 혼자서 멀끔하게 꾸미긴 힘들 것 같아서.
I just couldn't imagine he managing to pull this makeover off on his own. Pull off this makeover on his own.
꽤 전에 로자님과 함께 둥지로 돌아오기 전 뒷골목에서 잠깐 쇼핑을 하다 왔답니다.
Raja and I did some shopping in the back streets before we entered the nest.
둥지 안에는 뒷골목보다 대단한 게 있을지도 모르니 기다려봤는데 뭐 살만한 곳이 없으니까 아쉬운 대로 사둔 걸 써야지.
Okay. We were waiting to reveal these just in case there was anything more impressive in the nest. But thanks to the disappointing lack of anything even remotely interesting, we'll just make do with what we picked up earlier.
뭐 설마 전에 둘이 어디 갔다 온다 했을 때 아니 근데 그때 과자만 한 바구니 사왔길래.
Wait a bloody second. When the two of you went off on your own? No. All you brought back was a whole basket of cookies, wasn't it?
과자들은 눈속임이었어, 히스. 물론 그중 몇 개는 내 일용할 양식으로 잘 써먹었지만.
Those cookies were decoy cookies, Eve. Though some of them did end up as part of my daily sustenance, of course.
비록 제가 집에서 썼던 브랜드들까지 찾지는 못했지만 이만 해도 어느 정도의 멋부림은 낼 수 있을 거예요.
While I couldn't find the particular brands I used back home, these should be more than enough for a proper fashion makeover.
베르, 훈훈한 분위기 이어가게 이번만 눈 좀 감아줘, 응? 유니폼 말이야.
Bert, come on, can't we keep things nice and happy for once? Let him wear something else other than his uniform just for today?
회사 유니폼을 입고 오랜만에 애인을 제외하고 싶은 사람이 어디 있겠어, 그치?
Like, no one wants to meet their old flame while wearing their work clothes, right?
그래도 저 길잡이가 용케도 허락을 해주게.
Well, I doubt the guide will ever let something like that slide.
그러지.
Fine. Well, he's fucked. What?
또 멋대로 작당해서 뒷문을 들락거리는 건 피하고 싶으니.
I would prefer if we didn't have to encourage another rogue incident with the back door.
정말이야? 길잡이!
Seriously? Guide! Heathcliff trembled like he was about to give Virgilius a big hug.
자, 히스클리프 씨, 이제 눈을 감고
Now, Heathcliff, close your eyes.
무릉도원이라 생각하면서 편안하게
Relax.
몸과 마음을 맡기세요.
And let us take care of everything. Pretend you're at the proverbial peach blossom spring.
잠깐, 머리 함부로 그렇게.
Are we gonna be able to see a sprite of like him looking different? Wait, don't touch my hair like. Whoa.
솜씨가 보통이 아닌데.
But you ain't half bad. Please tell me we get to see.
히스클리프 씨는 지금
A new
단장 중이랍니다.
sprite! Heathcliff's getting a makeover. Sometime later. What? Ahem.
그 머리에 너무 바른 거 아니야?
I think you might have overdone it with the hair. Posh Heath, yeah.
안 돼. 홍루가 얼마나 공들여서 손질해줬는데 그렇게 만지면.
Don't touch it. Do you even have any idea how hard Hong Lu worked on that?
들고 있던 몽둥이는 어디 갔죠?
Where does Bat go?
몇 년 만에 재회인데 몽둥이를 들고 만날 순 없잖아.
It's a reunion of the century. We can't possibly let him say hello to his old flame with a big brutish club in his hand.
히스클리프 군이 왠지 친절해 보이는 것 같소. 이를테면 아이스크림을 사달라고 하면 바로 사줄 것 같은 느낌이랄까.
What the fuck? Sir Heathcliff appeareth a tad more merciful than usual. Mayhaps he shall accept my request, should I implore him to purchase me a pint of ice cream.
그리고 시끄럽게 해도 때리지 않으실 것 같아요.
Don't get this like a little baby. And he no longer looks like he's on the verge of punching me whenever I make the smallest noises.
야, 부탁하건대 캐서린 앞에서 그런 말을 꺼내기라도 하면.
Lad, please. Please don't bring up anything even remotely like that in front of Catherine.
옷이 날개군. 재회의 후기를 기대하고 있겠어.
Well, I'll be. Clothes really do make the man. Do let me know how this reunion goes. I'll be looking forward to hearing that tale. They
그래.
dripped him up. Ahem. Sure. So Heathcliff? I've been meaning to ask this question for a while. I wanted to know the answer, but I couldn't bring myself to ask him. Why'd you leave Wuthering Heights? It's where the love of your life lives, isn't it? Heathcliff, who'd been busily moving about and preparing to leave the bus, suddenly comes to a halt.
뭐든 괜찮았어. 때리는 것도 굽는 것도 하찮은 취급을 받으며 부려먹어지는 것도.
I didn't mind it. The thrashings, the starvings, the abuse. Them treating me like a servant, like I'm something beneath them.
들러리 불순물 취급을 받으면서 사는 것도 참을 수 있었지.
I didn't mind being treated like I'm nothing more than an afterthought, like I'm some impure trash to be discarded.
하지만 캐서린 입에서 그 말이 나온 순간
But when I heard what Catherine said,
내가 저택에 있어야 할 이유는 그 순간 사라졌어.
I realized that I had no reason, that I no longer had any reason to remain in that manner. He's just a servant. Heathcliff did not elaborate further. Perhaps it wasn't that he didn't, but that he couldn't bring himself to. I didn't dare ask him what he was about to say. I simply nodded in response. I see.
오, 카론이 히스 바뀐 모습을 보고 할 말이 있나 본데?
Oh, it looks like Karen's got something to say about your new fit. Drip or die.
있어. 중대 발표할 거야.
Karen has something to say. Something big.
좋아 좋아. 자, 한마디 소감 부탁드립니다.
Great, awesome. Now, Karen, what do you think? It looks stupid.
카로는 버터 싫어. 느끼하단 말이야.
Looks oily and greasy. Karen does not like greasy. What the fuck?
아, 이게 아닌데.
This isn't how I thought it'd go. Karen's words must have hit him hard. It took quite a bit of convincing for Heathcliff, who was severely discouraged by Karen's remark, to exit the bus. Bitch, you've been wearing the same fucking outfit for the entire game. Musty. 6-7, the front gate. And it's raining too. This is uncomfortable.
걸을 때마다 옷이 꽉 쥐어오는 느낌이야.
Wait, is it normal for these clothes to squeeze harder with every step I take?
기품이라는 건 원래 그런 것이랍니다. 익숙해진다면 오히려 다른 옷을 입을 때 허전해지곤 하죠.
That's what it means to maintain an air of dignity. Once you get used to that feeling, you'll feel like you're missing something whenever you dress casually.
히스클리프군. 이게 자네가 살던 곳의 대문인가?
So this must be the front gate to your former place of abode, Heathcliff. The massive gate alone feels downright intimidating. That's one big front door.
몇 지역에서는 대문의 크기로 신분을 드러내곤 한다. 이 정도 크기라면 상당한 재력가라고 볼 수 있다.
It is known that in certain regions of the city, the size of the front gate is an indicator of one's social standing. The magnitude of this front gate indicates that the owner of this home is very affluent.
이런 곳에 살았으면서 홍루 씨를 부자라고 그렇게 못 살게 굴었던 건가요? 히스클리프?
Heathcliff, you picked on Honglu for being a rich kid when you were raised at some huge mansion yourself? Motherfucker, he was probably the servant, like actual servant.
저는 아무렇지도 않답니다.
I don't mind it at all.
나는 갑자기 배신감까지 느껴지는데.
I'm feeling a bit betrayed, actually.
히스클리프군. 그대가 굉장히 낯설어 보이네만.
Heathcliff, thou appeareth quite different today.
헛소리는 집어치워.
Keep your stupid comments to yourselves. Some were teasing him and some were genuinely surprised. But it didn't matter to Heathcliff. Every word he spat out was dripping with venomous spite.
부자는 내가 아니야.
I wasn't even remotely close to being rich.
난 이 저택에 있었던 단 한순간도 풍요로웠던 적이 없었어.
I was never once rich in this manner. I wasn't even allowed to be content, not even for a moment.
그리고 이 저택도 단 한순간조차 날 받아들이지.
In this manner never accepted me. Not even for a... Whoa.
뭐야 이건?
What the hell?
낙뢰다. 후방에 있는 숲 근방에 떨어진 것으로 보인다.
A lightning strike. It seems to have struck an area near the forest. That was so loud.
괜찮아요. 사람이 번개를 맞을 확률은 굉장히 희박하다고 했어요.
It's okay. I heard that it's extremely rare for lightning to actually hit people.
가만 보면 번개는 불꽃놀이와도 닮아 있는 것 같소.
A momentary amusement reveals that the strike of 11 brings about a sensation that is not unlike the joy of fireworks.
텅 비어있던 밤하늘을 순간의 섬광으로 가득 채워주고 사라지지 않는가.
It fills the dark and cold void of the night sky with an incandescent brilliance, even for a brief moment before fading away into oblivion.
그 대신 자기가 가진 모든 걸 내보내서 모든 걸 불태워버리지.
Right. In exchange, it loses everything it has, burning and leaving nothing but ash behind.
놀이가 아니야.
What joy is there to be found? I could hear some forest critters fleeing, spooked by the thunderstrike.
저거 보시게! 저그마 다람쥐가 있네!
Oh, behold a tiny squirrel over yonder!
우와, 집 근처에 숲이라니. 자연 친화적인 곳에 살고 계셨군요. 동물원을 따로 만들 필요가 없겠어요.
Well, such nature so close to home? I didn't know you used to live at such an eco-friendly place. I suppose I wouldn't have to go through the trouble of building a private zoo if I lived at a place like this.
도시에서 정원이나 숲을 가진다는 것은 이러니 저러니 해도 엄청난 재력가라는 것은 틀림없지.
To have a garden or a forest so near their home, even if we were to ignore everything else, that alone indicates that the owner is someone of unimaginable affluence.
그렇네. 싱클레어네 집도 그러긴 했지.
Right, I remember that Sinclair's home was in the middle of a forest too.
다람쥐도 있고 뭐 몇몇 짐승들도 심심찮게 볼 수 있었지.
Squirrels, sure. There were other animals roaming about too.
아주 가끔 가다가 기분이 걷잡을 수 없이 안 좋아져서 숲에 계속 처박혀 있을 때도 있었는데.
Sometimes when I was so miserable that I hardly bear to even be in that manner, I'd go to that forest and not return for a long, long time.
그럴 때마다 이 다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어.
Oh, Then this tiny forest friend, little Sir Squirrel, must have been quite the jolly companion for thee. What? No! Little Sir Squirrel! The little squirrel that may have once have been Heathcliff's tiny forest friend was immediately scorched down to a pile of ash the moment it crossed over into the manor's front gate.
번개가 보통 저런 식으로 치나? 휘어지기도 하고?
No way. That was a weird lightning strike. Did it just curve mid-air?
일반적인 상황에서 벌어지기에는 지극히 낮은 확률이군요.
The chance of such an occurrence is extraordinarily low.
내 과민 반응일 수도 있겠지만 아무리 봐도
You need to pull up what I sent you.
반지를 향해 치는 것 같았거든.
I've been waiting. Oh my god. Hold up. I would need to pull like a fucking browser source to show you the screen. Hold on. I actually have something like that. Let me make a new one. Fucking... What was it? Not display capture. Window capture. And I say show chat video. That's gonna be the new thing. Alright. Then we'll open the video. We'll open your link. It's loading.
그럴 때마다 이
Fuck, it won't pause.
적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어.
Oh my god. Hold on, it's basically like someone animated it. Okay, that was for chat. Alright, so now I pop this open. That's fucked. Come on now, let me do it. And then we'll just, we love OBS. It's not that OBS is giving me trouble. It's being pretty normal, actually. Make it into theater mode. My favorite unserious moment in the whole story so far. Awful. And then I'll just like, I'm like cropping, make this bigger. Alright, we're gonna watch it now.
그럴 때마다 이 다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어.
That's awful. Oh wait, I did it. I'm fucking stupid. I didn't transition. Okay, there you go.
그럴 때마다
We'll watch it again.
다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어.
No, it's because I always have it like in two different screens, so yeah. That video is so dumb.
이런 위험천만한 곳에서 용케 살아남으셨네요, 히스클리프 씨.
It's because I have my OBS on what's it, studio mode. So on the right side, that's what you guys see, and on the left side is what I can edit and change things. So you're welcome. Amazing. Well, Heathcliff, I had no idea you grew up in such a dangerous place. I'm impressed you even survived. I have another one saved for Kanto 8. Please look forward to it. Okay.
아니야, 미친. 나도 이런 벼락은 처음 봐.
No, I got Huggies pull-up ad night. Nah, what the fuck? You got a diaper ad? No, blimey, I've not seen anything like it. Right, Heathcliff, ready to knock on the front gate?
문을.
The front gate. He stared blankly at the front gate of the manor.
문을 두들기는 거 오랜만이네.
I've not knocked on this gate in a good many years. I've not knocked. That fucked me up.
한 번은 아무도 열어주지 않길래 몰래 저택에서 빠져나온 캐서린이 문을 열어줬어.
I once had to wait here for hours because they all refused to let me in. Everyone except Catherine. She snuck out the manor to open it for me.
비를 맞아가면서.
Walking through the heavy rain.
그럼 지금도 마찬가지겠죠.
Well then, I'm sure it won't be different this time.
이 문을 두들기면 캐서린이 올 거라고?
So if I knock, Catherine will come out to let me in? Heathcliff takes a deep breath before knocking on the front door. Well, we did all we could do.
정말로 이렇게 될 줄은 몰랐는데요.
Huh, nothing. That's not what I meant when I said it won't be different this time.
아, 담을 넘어갈까요? 높이를 보아하니까 발목 접질러질 각오만 되어 있다면.
Oh. We can try climbing over the fence. I think we can clear that height as long as we're okay with breaking our ankles.
아니.
No. Heathcliff was a whole bundle of anxiety before he knocked on the front gate, but perhaps this perceived slight reverted Heathcliff into his usual angry self.
여기는 내가 초대받은 저택이야. 담을 넘어간다면 아무 의미가 없어지는 거라고.
I was invited to this manor. This invitation would be meaningless if I were to leap over the fence.
캐서린! 내가 왔어!
한 번 무시당했는데 다시 소리친다고.
They've ignored you once. Continuing to shout won't.
캐서린!
Despite his efforts, not even a soul stirred beyond the front gate. None of us really believed that anyone would come out to greet him. But the door opened up randomly like Resident Evil. Hold on, this is bugging me. My model is looking a little to the left. Boing, there you go. Oh, I'm looking at my monitor now. The front gate began to creak open as though someone was answering his pleas.
꾸민 보람이 있었죠?
The makeover was worth it. The heavy rain and tempest only grew harsher the closer we got to the manor.
대문을 넘었는데도 사람은 코빼기도 보이지 않는군.
Though we have made it past the front gate, not a soul doth appear. The bubbling excitement of the sinners when they disembarked the bus had all but disappeared. Silent air of apprehension surrounded them as they gingerly took their hesitant steps towards the manor.
캐시, 잘 지냈어? 아니야. 캐서린, 오랜만이야.
Kathy.
아니야, 이것도.
Kathy, have you been well? No. Catherine, it's been a while, hasn't it? No, this ain't it either. In the midst of this aura of uneasiness, only Heathcliff seemed to be preoccupied by something else. The rest of the sinners were... Did you catch that?
새였다. 정확히는 참새의 일종이었다.
A bird, a subspecies of sparrows to be exact.
정문을 지났는데도 이 공격적인 낭르는 계속되는군.
Lightning continues to strike aggressively, even this far past the front gate.
조금만 가까이 있었으면 저희도 같은 신세였을 거예요.
We would have been burnt to a crisp had it struck even a little bit closer. Lightning continues to blast the earth as though it wouldn't be satisfied until it's reduced every living thing in the manor grounds to a pile of ashes.
빨리 걷자니 벼락 맞을 것 같고 천천히 걷자니 또 벼락을 맞을 것 같고.
Is it gonna hit us if we walk faster? Or maybe it hits things that are moving too slowly. Maybe we should speed up. I don't know.
이동 속도와는 관련이 없는 것 같다. 마치 벼락 자체가 의지를 가지고 목표를 맞추려는 것처럼 보이니.
Our walking
의지를
speeds.
가진 번개라.
Our walking
재수없는
speeds.
것이 떠오르는 걸.
Our walking speeds seem irrelevant. Instead, it's almost as if this lightning has a will of its own, striking with intent. This brings back some unpleasant memories.
아, 어쩌면 이 집의 방어 시스템은 아닐까요?
Maybe it's like this house's defense system?
방어. 보안 장치를 말하는 것이요.
Defense system. Did you imply that this may be part of the manor's security set measures? That's what I was thinking, because he said it curved in the air and killed the squirrel.
허가받지 않고 이 저택 안에 들어오는 것한테만 번개가 내리치는 걸 수도요.
Maybe it only targets things that enter the manor grounds without permission.
이것보다 더 정교하고 확실한 장치도 많았거든요.
I've seen security measures that are more precise and more conclusive than this.
크기가 커다란 저택일수록 더 효과적인 보안 장치들을 설치하곤 하니까요.
Larger manors often do install more effective security systems after all.
아, 저희 집에서도 보안 장치에 대한 이야기가 저녁 식사 이야기거리로 올라오곤 했던 것 같아요.
Oh, I think our family talked about installing a defense system at our home too. It was one of those topics that kept coming up during dinner.
말이 안 되는 건 아니네요. 그렇다고 이런 사고 방식이 이해된다는 건 아니지만.
That would make sense. Not that I'll ever understand the thought process behind these systems.
LCCB 팀이 접근하지 못했다던 보안 체계란 것이 혹여
Perhaps the security measures that prevented the before team from approaching the manor may be.
네. 하지만 저희는 초대장이 있잖아요. 안심하고 걸어도 될 것 같다는 소리예요.
Yeah, but we have the invitation with us. I think we'll be just fine. Can you become their new model? In context of the diaper fucking ads? Is that really all this is? Is this just one of those normal security measures that every rich family supposedly has?
하지만 조금 신기하긴 하네요. 날씨를 조정하는 시스템은 비효율적일 정도로 어마어마한 금액이 들어간다고 해서 직접 본 적은 없었거든요.
This is pretty interesting though. I heard that the technology to change the weather itself is really, really expensive to the point of being inefficient. So expensive that I've not seen it myself. I remained silent because I didn't want to concern the sinners with something I wasn't sure about. But the closer we got to the manor, the more confident I became that something was off. That this extremely abnormal weather isn't the work of some security system. This absolutely has something to do with the golden bow. But this golden bow feels different from the ones we've encountered before. It's a bit more chaotic.
이 꽃은
Oh, these flowers?
색깔이 있네요.
They've got color. Sinclair was right. The manor's garden was lightly littered with flowers. They were the only things of color in this dreary sight.
이 꽃 이름이 뭘까요?
I wonder what these flowers are called.
혹시 말이야, 돈을 지불한다면 꽃에도 색을 되찾게 할 수 있는 건가?
I guess you can return the colors to even to flowers if you cough up enough cash.
그렇습니다.
Indeed.
그렇다는 것은 이 집안의 인물은 꽃을 무척이나 사랑했던 것이겠구려.
Then the proprietor of this manor must have held a particular love for these flowers.
곧 시들어버릴 꽃에도
To return the
정도라니.
to return the colors to such transient things like flowers.
혹은 어마어마한 갑부이거나.
Or perhaps it may simply be that they are preposterously affluent. Heathcliff quietly gazed at the patches of violet flowers as Yi-sang mused out loud.
틀렸어.
You're wrong.
꽃을 무척이나 사랑했던 것은 아니었을 거야.
There was no particular love for these flowers.
그 마음이 꽃까지 들어갈 정도로 넓고 따뜻하진 않았으니까.
There was no room, no warmth in that heart to spare for mere flowers. Heathcliff appeared so doleful that I felt as though he had built a tall, opaque wall between himself and the world. I could not bring myself to ask further. He did not tell us the name of those flowers. oh my, please come this way! Who the fuck is this? Someone hurriedly runs this way from the manor's front door, holding a lantern.
날씨가 참 말썽이죠. 하긴 T사는 워더링 하이츠는 화창한 적이 드물지만요.
What an awful weather, Well, T-Corp is... The Wuthering Heights Manor is rarely ever sunny, but this is quite the storm.
Oh.
That's Catherine, she was a maid. Long...
오랜만이야, 넬리.
Oh no, it's Nelly. Long time no see, Nelly.
세상에 히스클리프? 정말 너구나.
My word, Heathcliff, is that you? It really is you. Yeah.
네가 그렇게 떠난 후에 어떻게 살았는지 정말. 아휴, 밥은 제대로 먹고 다니는지, 어디서 맞고 다니진 않는지.
You haven't the slightest idea how worried I was since you left. Have you been eating well? You've not been bullied by a rough crowd, have you? Bullied by a what?
우리가 그동안 소식을 얼마나 궁금해했는데.
We wanted to hear from you for so long.
자, 들어와.
Do come in now, come in. This Nelly regarded us with a curious look, as though she didn't quite understand what we were supposed to be.
설마 여러분은
If I may be so bold as to presume.
우리 히스클리프의 친구분들인가요?
Would you be our dear Heathcliff's friends?
네, 뭐...
Yeah, well...
친구... 해도 되는 건가요?
Friends, are we?
친구의 범위를 어디까지로 인식하고 있을지에 따라 답변이 다르다.
The answer to that question hinges on the range of affinity one would define as a delineation that separates friends from acquaintances.
그럼 죽을 뻔한 모험을 몇 번이나 겪은 소중한 친구들이지.
Of course we're friends. Precious friendship forged in fire, multiple fires actually.
히스클리프의 소중한 친구들이 곧 있으면 비에 쫄딱 맞아서 얼어 죽을지도 모르겠군.
Your dear Heathcliff's precious friends are about to freeze their deaths in the rain, woman.
귀한 분들이 오셨네요. 아이고, 내 정신 좀 봐. 얼른 들어오세요, 얼른. 저택은 따뜻할 거예요.
My, what honorable guests I welcome to this place today. It must be all over the place to leave you all standing in the rain. Come in now, come in. It's a tad warmer in here than it is outside. The interiors of the Wuthering Heights was rather dark, yet
정말 저택 안에는 색이 있어.
this manor doth have color. Its hue appeared a tad faded from its original vibrancy, but there was color in this manor.
말했잖아. 저택에서는 색이 보였다고.
What I tell you, I could see color inside this manor.
이것도 뭐 돈을 내서 가져온 거지만.
Well, it's all bought by money anyway.
저택에 걸린 이 랜턴들이 있으면 색을 돌려받을 수 있다던가.
Believe it or not, there's something about these lanterns hanging about the manor that brings back colors.
본래의 색을 밝혀주는 랜턴이구려. 꽤 값진 기구일 텐데.
Ah, the lanterns that return the object's original saturation. These are quite the expensive luxuries, are they not?
그래도 완전한 색을 돌려받지 못해. 어딘가 칙칙하지.
It still doesn't bring all the colors back. Things still remain a tad gloomy.
그런데 캐시는 어디?
Hold up. So where's Kathy? She's dead.
지금까지 어떻게 지낸 거야?
She has to be like that or
잠은
something.
어디서 자고? 밥은 잘 먹고 다닌 거 맞아? 좀 야윈 것 같은데.
Heathcliff, please tell me of your life since you've left us. Where have you been staying? What have you been eating well? Have you lost weight?
나는.
Huh?
그래도 너무 늦지 않아서 다행이야. 다들 널 기다리고 있었거든.
I'm glad your delay wasn't too substantial. We have all been waiting for your arrival.
다들?
We...
그러고 보니 옷차림이 못 본 사이에 달라지고 아주 멀끔한 신사가 되었네? 친구들도 많이 생겼고.
Now, let me get a better look at you. The refined dress clothes, the hair. My, you've certainly grown into a right proper gentleman, haven't you? Quite the popular lad you are, with a posse of friends and all.
뭐... 그래?
Did I?
그럼 멀리서 보면 하나도 못 알아보겠다.
But of course, I wouldn't have recognized you from a distance. Lily was talking so fast that Heathcliff wasn't spared even a second to get in a single word.
넬리라고 했나?
Nelly, was it?
정확히 어떤 사이지? 우린 그의 소중한 친구이자 동료이며 전우들이라 어떤 사이인지가 무척이나 궁금하군.
What is your precise relation to Heathcliff? As his precious friend, colleague, and comrade in arms, I cannot help but be curious as to how you two know each other. Otis, who was conspicuously scanning the interiors of the manor, suddenly asked Nelly the most transparently suspicious question that I've ever heard.
아, 나는 말이지. 히스클리프의 이를테면
Oh, let's see, Heathcliff's, how should I put this?
보모라고 해야 했나?
Nanny, I suppose.
보모요?
Nanny?
코 흘리고 있으면 닦아주고 옷 갈아입혀주고 하는 보모요? 히스클리프 씨?
Like, you wiped Heathcliff's snot, changed his baby clothes, and... Am I thinking of the right nanny?
밥을 먹기 거부할 때는 밥을 떠먹여주기도 하고요.
And when the baby's fussy about the food, nanny spoon-feed it to them.
아이, 넬리! 그런 식으로 소개하지 마.
Oi, Nelly! Quit teasing me like that.
보모라고 하기에는 조금 달랐잖아.
You weren't exactly my nanny and you know that.
우린 어렸을 때부터 서로를 알고 지냈어.
We've known each other since we were both young.
그리고 난 넬리를 하인처럼 부리거나 보모처럼 따르진 않았거든.
And I did not treat her like a servant or follow her around like she was my nanny.
그리고 지금은 엄연히 치프 버틀러라고. 내 말 한마디에 군기가 바짝 드는 버틀러들이 얼마나 많은데.
Mind you, I am now the chief butler of the house. You must see the other butlers moving about like soldiers when I give the word.
뭐, 네가 제일 일을 빠릿하게 잘했으니까.
Well, you were the best at your job.
그런데 나 슬슬 인내심이 금방이라도 끊어질 것 같아서 말이야. 넬리.
Nelly, I'm getting quite impatient, so I've got to ask. Heathcliff must have wanted so badly to ask her where Kathy was.
연애는 언제 시작이야?
So when's the banquet starting? Instead, he hid his true question behind a mask of aloofness. But Nelly's expression became somewhat odd upon hearing Heathcliff's query.
연회는
The banquet?
어이, 그 막내네 새끼 오긴 하는 거야 뭐야?
Oi, when's that witless brigand coming? Is he even on his way?
사람을 불러 모아놓고 사라지면 어쩌자는 거지? 언제까지 이 꼴보기 싫은 얼굴들을 마주보고 있어야 하냐고?
You can't just leave after gathering us all down here. If I have to sit any longer next to these mugs, I'm gonna lose it. There was a furious voice echoing from down the halls.
넬리, 잠깐. 방금 그 목소린.
Nelly, wait, I recognize that voice.
아이 참, 안 그래도 막 왔어요.
Mike, don't rush. She's just arrived, mind you.
히스클리프 들어가자. 모두가 널 기다리고 있다고 했잖아.
Let's join the others, Heathcliff. Like I said, we've all been waiting for your arrival. Heathcliff bit his lips anxiously and followed Nelly.
파티를 하는 듯한 분위기는 확실히 아닌 것 같은데.
This doesn't feel like a manor that's about to throw a party.
네. 그때 크루즈 파티나 이곳에서나
Yeah, that cruise ship party. This manor.
아무리 감추려고 해도 말이죠. 공간에서부터 나오는 음침한 분위기는 숨길 수가 없더라고요.
You can't hide the rising sense of dread from places like these. Doesn't matter how hard you try.
평소에도 활기찼던 저택은 아닌 듯하다.
This manor does not appear to have been a place where liveliness is an expected element.
청소를 급하게 했지만 오로지 손님 맞이를 위한 용도일 뿐. 곳곳에 균열이 있고 보수가 필요한 부분이 보인다.
I see signs of rushed cleaning conducted immediately before the guest arrives. Several cracks and areas in need of repair have been identified as well.
또한
Also,
즐거운 파티를 기대했던 건 아니지만 마음이 제법 슬프네.
I was scant expecting a raucous party, yet this is quite the depressing presentation. I followed Don Quixote to the halls. She appeared terribly disappointed. Party! Hardcore! Hardcore! It was like that one guy. Let me stretch my legs. Okay. Oh. Why is this highlighted? Okay. This is a lot of reading in this level. Oh, there's fighting. Okay, well, I was just saying. Right when I mentioned it.
맛있는 경험을
descanso.
기대하지.
I was like, when's there a fight? Two people sat by a dying hearth, surrounded by their respective posse. It was quite apparent from the way they sat opposite of one another that their relationship was far from amicable. On one end was a group of people dressed in mysterious masks, surrounded by a jumpy-looking man who looked like he was one little nudge away from hollering foul insults at everyone. On the other end was a group of people dressed in identical uniforms. Sinclair told me that they were wearing the outfit that most manor employees wear to each other. One of them stood out as he was the only one among them in a black suit. He appeared somewhat uncomfortable. It seemed as though he was in a great deal of pain merely by being here. And between the two groups were
해결사들이요. 저 복장은 분명
fixers.
외우피 협회에서 온 자들.
Fixers! I recognize their outfits. Forsooth. They must be fixers from the Ophi Association. What the fuck assistants? What are we talking about? Ophi Association.
외우피 협회는 보통 중요한 일이 아니면 뺏기도 힘든 분들인데 어찌 이런 곳에?
Tis quite rare to even get a sighting of a single Ophi fixer. They require quite the momentous occasion to even grace us with their presence. We'll have time to ask for autographs later, alright? I had to coax Don Quixote, who was practically quivering from immediately running to them for signatures. Because we had unintentionally become the center of attention from the entire room. The center of a very negative attention.
맙소사, 기어코 그가 돌아오고 말았어요. 워더링 하이츠의 수치인 그 망할 자식이.
By gum, that vagabond's returned. The bloody shame of Wuthering Heights.
여전하네.
Same old Josephine, huh?
뻔뻔하게 들어오는 꼬락서니 좀 보라지. 우리 마님이 보신다면 얼마나 기겁하실까.
Look at him, strutting about like he owns the place. If our mistress were to witness this travesty...
어우, 조세핀, 그만 좀 해.
Gosh, Josephine, that is quite enough! Obliterate her.
신경 쓰지 마, 히스클리프.
Don't mind her, Heathcliff.
이 광경을 보시면 뒤집어지실 거야. 이 신성한 워더링 하이츠를 불황자들이 점령하고 있다니 기가 찰 노릇이지. 아무렴.
This blessed land of Wuthering Heights, reduced to an asylum for vagrants and drifters. If the mistress had been here to witness this tragic, deplorable state of affairs. There was an old woman in the room who was muttering some choice words at us while staring with eyes full of hatred.
역시 망나니 자식답게
Who the fuck is
제일
this dirty
늦게
guy?
기어 들어오시는구만. 무슨 자신감으로 이곳을?
His clothes is literally covered in poop. Ah, the witless brigand returns, and quite delayed at that. How dare you show your face?
조용히 하십시오, 힌들리.
Hindley, please exercise some restraint.
히스클리프.
The Edgar
정말
family.
돌아올 줄은
Local
몰랐는데.
drunk? Heathcliff, I hardly did expect your return.
캐서린을 잊지 못한 건가? 아직도?
You have yet to let Catherine go, still. It was clear that the two had both been acquainted with Heathcliff for a while. But the nature of that acquaintance was more of a long-standing hatred stemming from the deep history of contention they shared. One of the two was hardly hiding his hatred, allowing it to fully seize control of his words and actions, but the other one's hatred had sunk deep into his heart, boiling and writhing underneath.
내가 뭐 성대한 환영 같은 걸 기대하고 이 저택에 돌아온 건 아니지만
Right. I wasn't exactly expecting a grand welcome upon my return.
적어도 너희들 면상이나 보려고 온 건 아니야. 그 말대로 난 알맹이는 변하지 않았거든.
But I ain't exactly here. I ain't here to see your ugly mugs. It's like you always said, my base nature is just incapable of change. Heathcliff shoots back with just as much vitriol. As though he was always used to this kind of scorn and humiliation. The man in the black suit turns away as though it would degrade him to even entertain him with an answer. But this man they called Hindley.
빌어먹을 자식이! 짐승만도 못할 새끼가!
Look like shit, dude. What are you wearing, dude? And you unscrupulous shite? You bloody animal? No, a thing lesser than a savage beast! Jumped up from his seat, his face turning bright red from anger.
또 어디서 이놈이랑 똑같은 것들을 데리고 왔어? 뭐라도 쑤셔볼 심산인가 본데.
By the looks of it, you find yourself a band of vagrants and vagabonds just like you, eh? Crawling back to see if there's something worth pilfering from this place. I'd imagine the owner of the manor died, and now they're like diverting resources.
어이 너네, 이 자식 정신 좀 차리게 두들겨 패라. 어디 한쪽을 부러뜨리기라도 하면 더 좋고.
You lot, beat his arse and teach him a lesson. Break a bone or two.
I want to fucking die? What happened? No orders from boss.
잔말 말고 해! 그 보스라는 놈과 너희들을 고용한 건 나야!
Shut it, I'm your boss's boss. I hired him and the rest of you.
그래봤자 어디서 굴러
Oh, you're
들어온
rigging? You're rigging
개뼈다구보다
something?
못한 놈들일 거다.
I don't expect these boneheaded fools to give you much trouble anyway.
개뼈? 저자가 무엇 하는 것이오?
I just finished rigging? What were you rigging? Head of bone? What on earth is that fellow speaking of?
그냥 신나게 두들겨 맞고 싶다는 소리죠.
I rigged my model? Oh shit.
그렇게
3D model or 2D model? He's just expressing his explicit desire to get his ass beat. Well, since he asked for it. 2D. Oh, are you using live 2D? Or is it like a PNG tuber kind of thing? Alright, so we're beating up like henchmen. So only the hair, the mouth, and the ears move. I see.
어디에서도 볼 수 없을 색채로
It's called PNG Tuber Remix. That's what I used to use.
어중간한 예술은
That was what my old model was before I switched. Yeah, it was a fucking pain. Damn. Well, if you want to show us or show me, I'll look at it after stream if you can. Like DM it to me or put it on the Discord. The art section. You know, there's a lot of money in rigging. Though it is a pain in the ass.
그쯤 해줬으니 보장 잡아.
개라는 소재를 통달한다.
그 오물을
이제 쓸만해졌군.
영감이 떠올랐어요.
불길 속으로.
But I forgot to check their abilities.
Damn it. 다음, 개라는 소재를 통달한다.
Yep.
좀 긁혔어?
I mean, it's a chain battle. You're fine. No, but I want to read their abilities. Sometimes they say funny stuff.
힘이 갔나요? 보여드려야겠군요.
Oh well, they're dead.
웬 나는 예술을.
좋아. 이제 살을 발라 뼈다구 로 만들어주지.
Good. Now I'll separate the bones from your flesh and personally introduce you to your own skull. Oi, lads! A casual yet powerful voice booms across the hall, immediately breaking the tension in the room.
잠깐 물 좀 마시라고 갔다 온 동안 무슨 난장판이 벌어진 거야?
I was gone for just a minute to get some water. What the hell happened here?
저택은 또 빌어먹게도 넓어서
This is one.
우물에서 물을 길어오는 게 나을 뻔했네.
This is one big feckin' manor, eh? Would have been faster to go bucket a cup of water from the well myself.
손님이 옵니다.
Boss, we have a guest. So that's their boss.
예. 걸음걸이나 한눈에 느껴지는 기색으로 보아 전투에 꽤나 능숙한 경험이 있는 자 같습니다.
Yes, executive manager. It's immediately obvious from the way he talks and from the way he carries himself that he is someone of quite experienced in combat.
마침 잘 왔다. 네 잡졸들은 영 시원찮아. 이런 시정잡배 같은 놈들한테나 얻어맞아서 주저앉고 있었다니까.
Right on time. Your lackeys are lacking. How could they let these group of no-name hooligans knock them on their asses?
자,
Arses.
본때를 보여줘.
Go on, show them the meaning of pain.
내가 아무래도 부하들 교육을 잘못 시켰나 보네.
Looks like I got to give my men some proper demonstration. The bosses confidently strode towards Heathcliff. Then gave him a playful smack on the back of his head.
마! 오랜만에 고향에 왔으면 말이야. 제일 먼저 형님한테 째깍째깍 인사를 박았어야지.
Oi, lad. Ain't the first thing to do when crawling back into your neighborhood to give a quick hello to your dear old boss? Where'd you leave your manners? Huh?
너희 뭐냐? 얼른 예의 갖춰서 인사 박아라.
You lot, wipe that stupefied look from your faces and bow before him. Come on, hurry up. Show him some bloody respect.
뭐야? 설마?
What? No, it can't be. The man waded past both the aftermath of the brawl and the heavy tension that filled the manor like he was out on a stroll. He just walked into the middle of it all, then put his arm around Heathcliff's shoulder. It was the kind of friendly gesture that only someone who's known Heathcliff for a long, long time could do. Who is this guy?
이 날카롭고 거친 궤적, 뜯겨나간 실처럼 엉망진창으로 도려내진 이 흉터들. 설마 거미집이 성공한 거야? 잠깐, 그럼
매튜 형님?
Boss, Matthew?
그래 임마.
Right on, you muppet.
얼마나 오랫동안 떠나 있었으면 그 악명 높은 미친 토끼 새끼라 알아보는 놈들이 하나도 없냐?
Right on, you muppet. You've been gone for so long that people don't even recognize the infamous Mad Coney.
미친 토끼 새끼?
Mad Coney.
저놈이랑 옛날부터 아는 사이였냐? 왜 미리 얘기를 안 했지?
You've known that vigor for long? Why haven't you told me so?
그거야 뭐
옛날에 끈끈하고 땀내 나는 이야기까지 듣고 싶어 하실 줄은 몰랐어서.
Well, I hardly imagined you'd be interested in hearing about every little friend I made back when we were just another gang rolling in the sweaty, muddy streets.
형님은 왜 이놈이랑 아니 그것보다 그럼
Boss, why are you working with this blighter? Wait, no. What?
이 가면 모양
That
토끼기?
mask and those rabbit ears.
데드래비츠?
Wait, you're still with the dead rabbits?
올해가 좀 많이 변했지?
Yeah, we've changed a tad, eh?
한쪽 어깨에 대충 두른 스카프와 외상으로 마신 맥주 한 병만 있었으면
Adam's
그
family?
망할 아담스 패밀리들 따윈 아무것도 아니었지.
All gang buddy, yeah. Remember, lad? Back in the day, all we needed to crack some Addams family eggs was some tattered scarf around one arm and bottles of beer on the tab?
네 별명으로 이름이 붙은 맥주도 있었잖아. 그 집은 몇 주 전에 문 닫았어. 요새 흉흉한 소문 때문에 길거리에 나다니는 사람이 있어야 말이지. 나 참, 말이 돼?
We even named one of them beers after you, didn't we? The pub that used to sell that beer closed its shop a few weeks ago. Ain't got much business around with that dreadful rumor keeping everybody home nowadays.
뭐? 늑대 몰락 펍이 망했다고?
What? The Wolf's Fall closed? Oh, bloody hell. That does suck. Coming back to your old neighborhood and your favorite restaurant closed? Oh, hell no. Everybody's dying.
나만 아는 이야기를 해버렸네.
I suppose I'm leaving you all in the loop, eh?
뭐 소개를 해주자면
Well, allow me to introduce the gaffer.
이쪽은 옛날에 내가 몸담았던 조직의 보스.
He was the boss of the old syndicate I used to run with. He was a boss.
야, 동료들인가? 호련히 사라지더니만 멀끔한 회사에 취직이라도 했냐?
They all friends of yours, eh? Joined some posh proper company after running out on us out of nowhere, did you?
뭐 어쩌다 보니.
Well, things just worked out that way.
그 아들도 많이 생겼네. 걸어다니는 시계도 생기고. 아하하, 자식. 출세했는데?
Are all them lads and lasses your lackeys? Blimey. Got a walking timepiece with you too. You daft bastard, you've certainly moved up in the world, eh? That shit is funny.
뭐?
Lackeys? Ishmael glared at Heathcliff with a look that could kill, but she decided to hold her silence and merely shook her head in disbelief. She probably decided that it was not worth the trouble.
그런데 왜 이런 가면을 쓰고 다니게 된 거야, 형님?
So what's with the mask, boss?
왜? 이상하냐? 유행이라는 거는 매일 바뀌는 거야. 어깨에 토끼가 그려진 스카프를 매던 시기는 지났단 거지.
What, is it odd? Trends change with time, lad. The time for scarves with rabbit embroidery is long past.
그런 거야? 내가 보기엔 좀...
Is that so? It looks a bit...
당연히 아니지. 우리 데드래비츠가 어디 샌님들처럼 유행 따라갔던 허접한 조직은 아니잖아.
Of course not. Who do you think we are? We the Dead Rabbits ain't a bookish rabble that follows the coattails of some naff trend. You've really not once...
돌아온 적이 없구나.
You've really not once returned to this place since you left, have you? Fuck no.
이 저택을 그리고 데드래비츠까지 떠나고 나서
No, when I left this manor and eventually the Dead Rabbits,
적어도 성공해서 내 발로 돌아오기 전까진
I made a promise to myself that I'd not return.
다시는 어설픈 발걸음조차 하지 않겠다고 결심했거든.
Not even a step closer to this place until I've made something of myself. Not until I can return as a successful man.
하긴 너는 우리랑 어울리고 있었을 때에도 이곳을 혐오스러워했지.
Well, you've always hated this place, even when you were one of us.
있잖냐, 히스클리프. 우린 이제 뒷골목에서나 쏘다니던 갱단들이랑은 급이 달라졌어.
I've got news for you, Heathcliff. We're no longer the same lowly backstreets gang you're familiar with.
드디어 우리도 출세라는 걸 한 것이랄까? 약지 출신이었던 자가 우릴 눈여겨봤거든. 덕분에 이젠 몸집도 더 불어났고 꽤 잘 나가는 조직이 되었지.
I suppose we've also moved up in the world. someone from the ring who'd been keeping their eyes on us plugged us right off the streets and into their fold. We're bigger now. We're one of the up-and-coming syndicates.
약지? 손가락 중 하나?
Oh shit. The ring? One of the fingers?
약지 중에서도 야수파 출신인가? 이런 시시껄렁한 동물 가면을 씌우는 건 그놈들 뿐.
Oh, we have two of these guys. Must be the Favis of the ring then. They're the only ones who'd outfit their underlings with their cheap tacky masks. Tacky animal masks.
그럼 형님이
Then you're...
야 임마! 데드레비츠 최고 보스가 되셨다.
Yeah, little shite. I'm the top boss of the Dead Rabbits now.
형님.
Boss.
우리가 마시던 맥주가 3병이 넘어갈 때마다 중얼거리던 말이 있었어. 기억나?
Remember what you always used to say when we each filled up with more than 3 bottles of beer?
썩어가는 밀로 만든 싸구려 맥주였어, 히스클리프.
What we drank were some lousy beer made from halfway rotten wheat.
기억나는 건 다음 날에 깨질 것 같은 두통과 텅 빈 주머니였지.
All I remember come the next morning was a pounding headache and the light feeling of our empty pockets.
형님 밑에 있는 놈들은 그 누가 됐던 간에 아무리 갓들어온 신참내기였다 하더라도
You used to tell me that it hurt like hell every time one of your own men came back to us hurt, even the recruits.
어디서 얻어맞고 오면 자신이 맞은 것처럼 아프고 화가 난다고 했었지.
Like they hurt not just any underling but an extension of you.
난 형님이 언젠간 정말 잘 될 거라고 생각했어.
I knew you'd make it big one day, boss.
뭐? 내가 술만 들어가면 홈 있는 말을 곧잘 짓거리곤 했지.
Well, I suppose drunk me knew how to wax poetic.
역시 매추 형님이 맞구나. 가면을 쓰고 있어서 그런지 다른 사람이 된 줄 알았어.
I knew it was you, Matthew. The mask threw me off for a moment, boss.
보고 있으니까 기가 차 죽겠군.
What a sorry sight this is.
감동적인 재회에 찬물을 끼얹게 되어서 무척이나 송구스럽습니다만.
I sincerely apologize to you two sweethearts for crashing your tearful reunion.
결국 니놈이 길거리를 돌아다니면서 거렁뱅이 짓거리나 하면서 몇 년을 보내는 동안.
But the point is, while you were wandering the streets, wasting away the best years of your life on the road,
매트, 이자는 출세했다는 거지. 동시에 지금은 내 경호인이기도 하고 말이야.
Matt's made something of him. Oh, Matt's made something of himself, which is why I hired him as my bodyguard. You hear me?
이놈같이 이름도 알려지지 않은 싸구려 양아치들이 모인 집단이 아니라.
Not like you and your merry band of no-name second-rate hooligans. I could think of more than a few sinners who would have gotten angry enough to brandish their weapons as such an insult. Kill that boy. But they all seem to remember that responding to such insults with violence only begot pointless turmoil. So instead, they all began sighing heavily in an attempt to vent some of their pent-up anger.
킨들리, 아직도 나를 마구 짓밟고 조롱하고 개처럼 부려먹어도 되는 그 시절 겨울인 줄로 아는 것 같은데.
Kindly, you seem to be sorely mistaken. This is not the same winter you thrashed me, treated me like an indentured servant, and abused me like a hound.
물론 옛날엔 힌들리, 네 놈의 그 더러운 말을 내뱉는 혓바닥을 잘라버리는 상상을 수도 없이 했었지.
I won't deny that I spent many days and nights imagining tearing that foul tongue from your gob.
하지만,
but Heathcliff glanced briefly in our direction.
나 같은 놈도 어딘가에 속해서 여기저기 돌아다니고 다른 놈들 보면서 배워가는 게 있어서 말이야.
Even a poor sod like myself found a place to belong. Wanted adventures to places you couldn't even imagine. You learned a thing or two from them.
지금은 그냥 불쌍하네.
So I just feel bad for you, mate.
뭐?
Oh?
네 놈은 하나도 안 변한 것 같아서.
Because you haven't really changed one bit.
그리고 너.
Besides.
도라지가 그게 뭐냐? 길거리를 떠돌다가 기어들어온 건 내가 아니라 너 같은데?
The hell is that rag you're wearing? You look more like a drifting vagabond than I do. True.
뭐? 이 건방진 놈이!
What? What?
You insolent fool!
아까부터 욕지거리만 퍼붓고 있긴 하지만 저자
That man's been saying some pretty nasty stuff about us.
뭐라고 하고 싶은 마음조차도 들지 않는 건
What is this? I thought we had actual ice cream over there. What kind of ice cream is this? So you're trolling. So you're trolling me. You grabbed random ice cream. What is this? What is this? This is a popsicle. This ain't no ice cream. Oh. Oh. This is a popsicle. Ooh, it's sour. What the heck? But he doesn't even look like someone that's worth arguing with.
야, 너 일주일 동안 거울 한 번이라도 보긴 한 거냐?
Sorry, Chad, I'm gonna be throwing this real quick. Mate, did you even check yourself in the mirror in the last week?
차마 눈 뜨고는 못 봐줄 정도인데 힌들리.
I can't bear to look at you so down in the dumps, Hindley. Of course, we have no way of knowing what Hindley looked like in the past, but we could pretty easily tell that he was far from the most stable person in the room.
이 새끼가!
핸들리 씨.
Fuck.
진정하고
I clicked
소파에
an accident.
앉지 그래.
You fucking bastard!
Now, Mr. Hindley, why don't you seat yourself on the sofa and calm down?
우리 애들은 자리가 모자라는 바람에 그 푹신해 보이는 가죽 소파에도 못 앉고 있는데 말이야.
Be more considerate of our boys standing in that corner, watching the whole thing go down, huh? They don't even get these comfy-looking leather sofas. They did a good job making Hindley the worst character imaginable. Yeah, they made him a chud. So I'm going down on this thing. What? This popsicle is pretty freaking good. It tastes like I guess like a sour gummy worm a little bit, but it's like a popsicle. Hindley grumbled for a moment before slumping down on the sofa. And even that simple action was stumbling and pathetic.
뻔하네.
I see what happened.
술에 먹힌 거야. 그것도 어마어마하게 크고 독한
Mama.
술통에.
He let the alcohol consume him, and not the other way around. Fell into a big, nasty barrel, no way out.
배에서 몇 번 본 적 있어요. 그러다가 헤어나오지 못하면 그냥 호수에 빠지는 거죠.
You big fucking cat, get down, man. Get stuck on my balls. Ah. I've seen the same look on some sailors, failing to pull themselves out of that habit. Would lead them straight into a merciless maws of the lake. Not even a trace of them would be left.
뭐 일단은 내 고용주니까.
Well, this man's still my client.
사정이 있어서 핸들리 씨와 같이 일하는 중이야. 저자의 부탁으로 저택까지 오게 됐지.
Fuck. The fucking popsicle broke out in my mouth. Mr. Hindley hired me for some job, which is why I'm here at the Wuthering Heights.
부탁?
The job?
애초에 이 자리는 캐서린이 주최한 연애잖아. 그런데 무슨
Yovska! Hi guys. Were you guys playing Identity 5? What were you guys doing? Thank you for the raid, guys. What were you guys doing? Thank you for the resub. Hi, we're continuing. Faith. Oh, okay. I did see that you guys were playing it. I did mention it when I noticed the first time. How are you guys liking it? Do you guys get spooked? Right now I'm playing Limbus Company, and I'm basically reading all the dialogue for people who don't watch streams like visually. They just listen to them. So that's kind of what I'm doing. And it's also my first playthrough. We finished it. It was tricky. Did you get the good ending? I think it was multiple endings, right? I don't know if you guys have seen Limbus Company, but it's like SCP. The world is shit. The world is basically like fucked completely. It's a mess, and we're supposed to be basically looking around for these like golden branches, and these branches are related to each of the characters in our group. Salud. But yeah, thank you guys for the raid. I'm gonna continue reading and talking to you guys at the same time. Catherine's hosting this banquet, ain't she? What kind of job could possibly need the dead rabbit's help here? What? A banquet?
시간이 지나도 변하지 않는 게 여기
This
하나.
game's free to play, by the way, guys.
그 아둔하고
very good.
쓸모없는 이놈의 대가리 말이야.
Well, I suppose there's one thing that hasn't changed with time. It's that witless, useless, idiot brain of yours, you absolute dullard. Goated story? Yeah, the story's like really good. If you guys like SCP stuff, I like that, so it appealed to me very much. And then it's kind of like a gacha, but the gacha is not mandatory at all. And the characters that you get from the gacha are just like alternate reality versions of the 12 characters that are 13 characters that you have. It's pretty cool. Well, I suppose there is one thing that hasn't changed with time. It's that witless... Oh, I already read that. Okay, yeah.
Hindley.
Oh, he's sick? Hindley?
제발 그만하게. 부탁이니.
Please cease this at once. I implore you.
내 저택에서 그런 지저분한 말이나.
How was the rest of Despair Girls? A fucking disaster. We beat the game at like 2 in the morning, and I thought I had a little bit less than that. And then the last part where we had to like not destroy the controller, it did like 7 fake outs asking, "Are you sure? Are you sure?" And then somebody else would walk into the room, and then it would be like, "Are you sure right now? Like, how are you?" That shit took so long. I was done. I was done with that game. But I liked it, I guess. But holy shit, Lucy and fucking hated the game. I do not wish to see my manners sullied by such foul obscenities.
이 저택이 아니라 내 저택이다, 린튼.
Also, they are fighting for the property.
This is not your home, Linton. It's mine. It's my manor.
네가 가짜는 농락으로 훔쳐간 내 저택. 우리 아버지가 내게 물려주신 고귀하고 명망 높은 이 워더링 하이츠를.
I see. You're the one who sullied this noble Wuthering Heights. My birthright, bestowed upon me by my father, by taking it from me by the means of trickery.
Oh yeah, since you guys joined late, this is basically the start of the chapter where we have to take our friend to this manor, and we don't know why. We just know that there could be a golden branch here, so that's why we got sent here. And when we went to the front gate, they were just talking in front of the front gate, and then basically this happened. I'll show you guys. I'll show you right here. Where the fuck is it? Right here, right? You guys can see that?
그럴 때마다 이 다람쥐군이 적잖은 친구가 되어주었겠어. 다람쥐군!
So that happened. They were just talking, and it was raining, and a fucking thunderbolt just blew up a squirrel that was there. So that was fucked up and pretty funny. Funny every time. Yeah, so that happened also. So anyway, so yeah, I don't know why we're here yet. So I'm learning just like you guys.
What was your own family What? Was your own family manor too small for you, Linton Edgar? Your oh so noble Edgar family?
에드가 가문?
Edgar family. This lady is so funny. She talks like in Old English. Her name is Don Quixote.
소리 지르고 때를 써서 물건을 뺏어갈 나이는 이제 지났네.
I think every character in your group is named after like an important literary work. So my character is Dante. Then we got like Heathcliff. Then we got Don Quixote. Then we got Otis. Then we got Gregor. Like these are all like old ass characters that they share the same name. The time for whining, crying, and throwing a tantrum to get what you want is long past.
금방이라도 숨이 넘어갈 것 같은 새끼 주제에 어딨어?
These guys are definitely fighting for the property, and we're just here. Bold words for some milksop who's about to choke himself to death on air.
힌들리 씨, 물러나십시오.
But Butler, please maintain your distance, Mr. Hindley.
개만도 못한 충성심을 가진 놈들. 몇 년 전까지 너희들이 받들던 주인은 나였다. 기억은 나냐?
I've seen mongrels more loyal than you lot. I was your master only a few years ago. Have you cast aside your memories as well when you did your loyalty?
그만하세요, 힌들리님. 힌들리 언쇼 쪽에 남아있는 버틀러들은 이제 없다는 거 아시잖아요.
Damn.
Cease this at once, Master Hindley. The butlers have all left Hindley Earnshaw behind, and you are very well aware yourself.
자, 너희들도 이 자리에서 더 이상 소란을 일으키고 싶은 건 아니겠지?
And you too, butlers. We do not want to make further trouble here.
알겠습니다, 넬리님.
Understood, Chief Butler Nelly. So this is Heathcliff. He's like a thug. And we had to basically dress him up right before we came in here. But he's very funny. He's dumb, but he's like a hothead. So he's here. Imagine basically like a thug guy, and we forced him to dress up really nice. Well, we didn't force him. He dressed up. We gave him the clothes he dressed up, and we set him up. But he's actually a bad boy. After a brief silence, Heathcliff finally brought up the question he'd been stewing for so long. Wait, why do you have the feet tag? Don't worry about it.
캐서린은 어디 있는 거야, 넬리?
Don't worry about it. Nelly, where is Catherine?
알잖아, 캐서린은 시끄러운 걸 못 견뎌 있어. 이렇게 많은 손님이 자기 집 한복판에서 소리라도 지른다면.
You must know, Nelly, that Catherine never did like these commotions. So many guests making so much noise in her home. She won't be pleased.
그랬지.
I suppose she never did.
나 아까부터 캐서린의 기분을 상하게 하고 싶지 않아서 계속 목소리를 낮추고 있단 말이야. 슬슬 참기 어렵다고.
I've been keeping my volume in check because I didn't want to offend her. But it's getting harder and harder to keep it down. There was a look of unfathomable, immeasurable grief on both Linton and Nelly. Is she dead? Henley was absent-mindedly mumbling some foul language at the ceiling. And Heathcliff probably sensed from this ineffable, dark and ominous silence that something was terribly wrong. This entire time, like the entire time we've been traveling to go here, I think he really loves this girl, and I think she might be dead. But it was setting in for us as well. After all we've been through in this journey, this kind of silence was all too familiar.
캐서린은 대체 왜 안 나오고 있는 건데? 표정은 왜들 다 그따위고?
Where's Catherine? What's with this dour look on everyone? He wanted to look nice for her. That's part of another reason why we dressed him up.
미안, 히스클리프. 나는...
I'm terribly sorry, Heathcliff.
미안하다는 말을 왜 하냐고?
Why are you sorry? What the hell are you sorry about?
히스클리프.
Heathcliff. She's dead
나는 이
as fuck.
분위기의 배경이 되는 사실을 유추할 수 있다.
I may have a correct assumption as to what this silence indicates.
그러므로 통상적인 표현으로서 너에게 지금 매우 유감이라는 말을 전할 수밖에 없다.
So I have no other choice but to tell you, as it is common courtesy to do so, that I am very sorry to hear that.
아니,
What the fuck?
알아듣게 얘기해봐 좀.
Can you talk normally for once?
이걸 너에게 어떻게 전해야 할지.
I hardly know how to tell you this, but
캐서린 아가씨는 여기 없어.
Miss Catherine isn't here anymore.
여기 없다는 게 어떤?
Is she dead or not, bitch? Holy shit, just say so.
캐서린은 죽었다.
Oh, she is dead. Oh shit. Oh shit. That was kind of a big bomb. That was the only reason why he needed, well, that's a big reason why he was so anxious. How the fuck did she die? Linton looked up at Heathcliff. His eyes were bloodshot.
자네 말대로 얼굴 보는 것도 불쾌하기만 했던 우리가 이곳에 왜 다 모여 있다고 생각하는 건가?
As you said earlier, none of us are here to see each other's ugly mugs. What other reason could we possibly have to reconvene like this?
무슨 미친 소리를.
But then who wrote the letter? Because he got the letter saying like to come here. That can't be real. What kind of insane... Who the fuck is this? Oh, these are the fixer guys. These are... So fixers are like mercenaries. And if you're a fixer, then you're like kind of a badass. And I guess these guys are... This guy's, that fixers. The fixers from this faction. Now... Fixers of the Ophi Association, who have remained silent throughout the entire commotion, suddenly spoke up.
약속한 시간이 다 되었습니다.
The promised hour is to come.
고인, 개서리님의 혈연인 힌들리 언쇼 씨.
Mr. Hindley Earnshaw, a blood relative of the deceased.
고인 개서린의 남편이었던 린튼 에드가 씨.
Oh, he was married to her. Mr. Linton Edgar, the spouse of the deceased.
마지막으로 유언에서 언급되었던 히스클리프 씨.
And Mr. Heathcliff, an individual mentioned by name in the will.
이렇게 모두가 한 자리에 모였으니 집행을 시작할 조건이 충족되었습니다.
Oh. I did not think this was going to happen. Now the three relevant parties are all present. We, as the executors of the deceased will, may begin the ceremony.
이제 의뢰자 캐서리님의 유언 집행을 시작하도록 하겠습니다.
The first order of business will be the execution of Miss Catherine's will.
우리는 캐서린님의 엄숙한 장례식에서 고인의 바람대로 캐서린님이 소유한 저택에서 유언장을 낭독 후
Thus commences the solemn occasion of Miss Catherine's funeral rites. As per the deceased's wishes, the will shall be read out loud here, at Miss Catherine's manor, in attendance of all those present. Then...
잠깐만.
No.
너 나불거리지 말고 잠깐 멈춰봐.
No. You stop. Shut up for a second.
누구의 장례식이라고?
Whose funeral rites?
그리고
And...
누구의 남편이라는 거야?
What was that about her spouse? Oh, he got cooked. Uh-oh. The man they called Linton rose from his seat for the first time since we arrived here.
네가 말도 없이 이곳에서 사라진 뒤
After you abandoned this place with nary a word to her,
캐서린은 곧바로 내게 왔다.
Catherine immediately turned to me.
우리는 부부였어. 매일매일 행복하고 수많은 날들을 보냈지. 그녀가 숨을 거두는 마지막 날까지.
Then we married. Every waking hour we spent together were filled with happiness and joy. We were happy to the very last day, to her very last breath. How does she just randomly die, though? That's suspicious as hell.
개소리하지 마.
Shut your stupid gob.
난 이 저택에 발걸음을 한 순간부터
Very sus, yeah. The moment I set foot in this manor.
개소린이 날 부르는 소리를 들었어. 그녀가 이 저택에 있다는 거 느낄 수 있었단 말이야. 그런데 무슨 말도 안 되는 소리 하는 거야?
I heard her voice. I felt her presence. So what the bloody hell are you talking about? He's also like...
이 개자식들이 작정하고 꾸민 일이 분명해. 그렇지 않고서 이렇게...
This has to be some ploy. These fucking bastards. They must have... This can't... Heathcliff paused for a moment, struggling to find the words.
이렇게 끝날 리가 없어.
This can't be how it ends.
내 눈앞에 그녀의 시체라도 갖다 놔. 그래야 좀 믿어볼 신용이라도 할 테니까.
I won't believe a single shite coming out of your mouths until I see her body with my own eyes. Where is she? Bring her here now!
못 봐주겠군. 장례식에서 고인에 대한 최소한의 예의를 갖추고 애도는 못할
There's no way that
망정.
they didn't poison her or something. What a repulsive sight. The least you could have done was show some proper respect for the dead. But I suppose even the bare minimum was too much to expect from someone like...
히스클리프, 네 기분은 알겠으니까 진정하고 자리에.
I understand how you feel, Heathcliff, so please calm yourself down and take a seat.
너! 누구 마음대로 죽었다는 거야? 개체를 보기 전까지는.
Get your hands off me! You can't just decide for me that she's dead. I wouldn't accept any of this. Not until I see Kathy with my own...
경고합니다. 지속적인 유언 집행 방해가 이어질 시 무력을 사용해서라도 유언 집행을 진행할 수밖에 없습니다.
Warning. Should this interruption to the will reading continue, we may have to resort to the use of force to ensure the full execution of this will.
닥쳐! 아무것도 모르는 새끼가 멋대로 짓거리지 말라고!
Shut up, you don't know shite! So shut your fucking mouth!
Heathcliff was gasping. The sheer momentousness of the emotion overwhelmed him. It looked as though he was about to lunge at anyone who even dared to get close. I could hardly tell whether it was sorrow or wrath that came over him.
히스클리프, 너야말로 거울을 좀 보지 그래.
This fucking bum-ass.
거울이 말이 아니고.
Ha! Heathcliff, why don't you go have a look in the mirror yourself? What a pathetic mess you've become.
역시 태생부터 글러먹은 새끼는 아무리 그럴듯한 옷을 주워 입어도 결국 티가 나긴 마련이거든.
It doesn't matter what posh garb plebs like you wrap yourselves in. That filth from your low birth seeps right through the fabric at the slightest provocation.
그리고 장례식 절차상 좋든 싫든 곧 캐서린의 시체를 볼 수 있을 테니 너무 재촉하지 말라고. 날 이런 꼴로 만들어 놓고 얼마나 편안하게 눈을 감고 있는지 나도 직접 봐야 하겠으니까.
You'll eventually see Catherine's corpse, all right. It's all part of the funeral process, so don't be in such a hurry to get there. I can't wait to see how well she's resting after what she's done to me.
힌들리님, 히스클리프님, 두 분 다 지금 당장 자리에 앉아 주실 것을 명령합니다. 이것은 최종 경고입니다.
Mr. Hindley Earnshaw, Mr. Heathcliff, we order that both of you immediately return to your seats. This is your final warning.
관리자 나리, 우리가 어쩌면 좋겠는가? 웨어피 협회 나리들은 계약 불이행에 관해선 필요에 따라 처형까지 할 수 있는 사람들이란 말이오.
Measure Esquire, we must often and on. Fixers of the Ophi Association may even execute those involved should there be a breach of contract.
본인은 히스클리프 군이 처형당하는 것도 싫고 웨어피 협회 나리들이랑 싸우는 것도 싫소.
I ill wish to see Sir Heathcliff be executed, nor do I wish to have to battle the honorable fixers of the Ophi Association. Hey! Who the fuck did that?
I agree with Don Quixote. There is no need for us to get involved in unnecessary conflict, but I don't think Heathcliff's going to listen to us. I don't even know if there's anyone who can talk Heathcliff down when he's that agitated.
경고는 여기까지입니다.
You have refused to comply. We had no choice but to watch as fixers of the Ophi Association struck Heathcliff with their weapons. He fell to his knees with a painful cry.
이상.
W-O-Y-S. I don't know why I said W. Y-S.
말씀하시오.
Do speak. Yi sang. Okay.
그 이상.
Not you.
그럼에도 말씀하시오.
Speak still. Your intentions notwithstanding.
이상하군. 너희 그대로 멈춰.
You stop. All of you. Something's off about this whole thing.
이자를 대신에 할 말이 있으십니까?
Would you like to speak for this individual?
라고 말할 뻔했지만 그냥 가만히 있는 게 좋을 거라고 마음을 바꿨습니다. 그렇지?
Fucking Gregor. Was what she was going to say. But she decided to remain silent in favor of not getting in trouble. Right? I love Gregor.
뭘 하는 거지, 벌량?
What are you doing, bug guy?
요슈, 같은 수감자가 눈앞에서 그렇게 얻어맞은 것에 대해서 충분히 분노할 만하다고 생각해. 하지만
Roshu, I understand that seeing our fellow sinner get smacked around like that can be pretty aggravating, but
당신까지 나서버리면 걷잡을 수 없이 커져버릴 거라고. 일이.
once you get involved, peace will no longer be an option. Didn't know you care so much about Heathcliff, Roshu. NC. I don't know what she's saying. Roshu flicked her cigarette indifferently, as though she was no longer interested. No comment. Oh, that's what she said.
개자식들이.
You bastards.
한꺼번에 덤비든가.
Fine, let's crack some skulls then, shall we? Heathcliff stumbled to his feet with the club in hand, glaring at anyone or everyone that stood before him.
최초 대응만으로 협조하지 않으시는 겁니까?
I see that you're still refusing to comply, despite our initial attempt.
1분 내로 무기를 내려놓지 않을 경우 그 다음 절차를 이행하겠습니다.
Should you refuse to let go of your weapon within the next minute, we will have no choice but to escalate to our next steps. Elfie outfits are so absurd. They look kinda cool though.
철차고 놔버리고 그녀를 보여주지 않으면
I couldn't care less about your steps. Give me Catherine or...
너희도 나랑 같이 뒤지는 거야.
I'm sure there is some historical tie to the design. Probably. Look very Victorian. Yeah. None of us are leaving this manor alive. You lot. Not me. No, you lot. Me. We're all going 6 feet under. Man, I wonder what it sounds like for an actual like British person to be reading this. Heathcliff, you fucking idiot.
아무라 시계 대가리. 지금 회사가 규칙이고 알 바냐? 말릴 생각하지 마.
Shut it, clockhead. This ain't the time to bring out shite like company rules. Stay out of my way.
전 아무 말도 못 하겠어요. 눈앞에서 소중한 사람이
That already
죽었다는 걸
happened
알게
to him.
되면
I don't have anything else.
아무것도 안 보여요.
don't have
들리지도
any-
않고요.
I don't have anything to say. If someone that important to me died, I'd be blinded and deafened to all reason too.
있지, 히스. 지금 엄청 화나고 답답한 건 알겠어. 하지만 이대로 가면 우리는...
Hey Heath, I understand how angry and frustrated you must be, but you can't.
닥쳐! 다 입 다물고 건들지 마.
This will be an ad in 50 seconds, guys. I'm sorry. Shut your trap, all of you! Don't you dare touch me unless you want your faces caved in too!
히스클리프, 한숨 자고 일어나자.
It's nap time, Heathcliff. What the fuck? Whoa.
방금 맨손으로 히스클리프를 눕힌 거야?
Did she knock him out cold with her bare hand?
게다가 꿀밤 한 방으로?
And it wasn't even a punch, it was a light tap.
호흡은 정상적이다. 뒤통수에 위치한 맥에 정확한 충격을 줘서 의식을 잠시 잃게 한 것 같군.
Oh. His breathing is stable. It appears that she gave the nerve on the back of his head a precise, focused strike, which led to the loss of his consciousness.
전혀
The sleepy
군더더기
chop,
없는
yeah.
동작이었어요. 익숙한 움직임이라고 해야겠죠? 마치 저희 집안에
What a flawless execution of that move. I can certainly say that I've seen something like that before. Reminds me of my family's.
히스클리프군이 한 번에 불썩 하였네만.
Sir Heathcliff has been defeated with a single foul strike.
이 정도의 기술은 가지고 있어야 진정한 버틀러라고 할 수 있죠. 아이가 안 잔다고 20시간 동안 고집 부리면 누군가는 재워야 하지 않겠어요?
Holy shit. Every self-respecting butler has to be equipped with one such move. What other choice have we got when the child fusses and fusses for 20 hours instead of going to sleep?
난 바로 눕자마자 꿈나라로 갈 수 있네. 정말로.
Forsooth! I can say with quite the confidence that I immediately slumbered to the dreamlands upon tucking myself in bed for truth.
자인은 아니더라도 무기를 놓았고
So it's not by...
된 것을 확인하였으니
Though it was not by his own volition, we have confirmed that he is no longer in possession of a weapon and has been subdued.
잠시 진정 시간을 10분 정도 가진 뒤 이후 계속 진행하겠습니다.
Okay. We would allow for a 10-minute recess to let things calm down for a moment. Then we will proceed as planned. I'm gonna start saying for truth instead of true. That would be amazing.
넬리님?
Excuse me, Lady Nelly?
넬리님이라니. 편하게 넬리라고 불러주세요.
Lady Nelly, no need for such honorifics. Please just call me Nelly.
린튼이라는 분이 데려오신 저 고용인 분들은 한때 이 저택에서 일하셨던 분들인 거죠?
The contractors that Mr. Linton Edgar bought, they once worked at this manor, right?
맞아요. 캐서린 아가씨를 따라서 저랑 같이 따라온 언쇼가 버틀러들이 몇몇 있죠. 물론 린톤님이 부리는 버틀러들은 원래 있던 에드가 가문 버틀러들이 대다수긴 하지만요.
Yes, indeed. Some butlers from the Earnshaws, like myself, followed Miss Catherine to Master Linton's. Of course, most of Master Linton's butlers are from his own Edgar family.
그럼 린튼 씨가 명령만 내린다면 넬리님도 저희를...
So, if he gives the orders to attack us, Lady Nelly would...
그게 무슨 말도 안 되는...
Oh, pish posh, ridiculous!
저는 캐서린님의 직속 버틀러였어요.
I was a butler in direct service of Miss Catherine.
린튼 도련님이 아무리 제 바짓가랑이를 붙잡고 애걸복걸해도 제가 린튼 도련님의 편만 들 수는 없다는 거죠.
Young Master Linton could plead and beg all he wants, but I won't always be taking his side.
저희 근데
So,
버틀러가 정확히 어떤 집단이야?
what exactly are the butlers?
버틀러? 말하자면 말이요. 그들은...
Butlers, forsooth. I am quite well acquainted with this matter. They are...
집 구석에나 처박혀 주인에게 목줄
God damn,
잡힌
this part is so long. House dogs on a tight leash, groveling before their masters. I thought that the little piece would end by the time they knocked him out. And then it would be like a next mission.
누구보다 믿음직스럽고 충직한 분들이랄까요?
The most trustworthy and loyal people I've ever known, I'd say.
가문의 해결사들이요!
Fixers bound to families. Steak too juicy, lobster too buttery. No, I'm not complaining. I was like, holy shit, this is still going?
정말 잘 알아들었어. 다들 훌륭한 정리 고맙다. 어?
Nice, gotcha. Great help for... some great help you fellas are. And that's me, by the way, chat. This is me. I'm the main character, this guy. Well, I'm glad that I'm not the only one out of the loop for once.
그래도 버틀러에 대해 곧바로 아시는 분도 있네요. 조금은 생소한 개념이라 버틀러 조직 자체를 모르는 분들도 많거든요.
At least some of you know who we butlers are. It's a rather rare occupation, so not many people even know that we exist.
돈 좀 있는 집에서 났을 테니 보통은 알기 힘들겠지.
Doesn't sound like most normal folk would have a reason to know anything about them.
아니면 돈 좀 있는 집에 고용되어야만 하는 입장이거나.
Unless they are in a position where they have no choice but to work at the rich folks' homes.
뭐 우리 중에 해결사를 좀 많이 좋아하는 자가 있어서.
Well, one of us is quite a passionate fan of fixers.
그렇군요. 우리 히스클리프가 참 총명한 친구들을 도왔네요.
I'm very pleased to know that our dear Heathcliff made some very intelligent friends.
넬리군.
Lady Nelly.
내 버스로 다시 돌아간다면 꼭 구하려다 포기해버렸었던 버틀러 피규어를 구해 책장 제일 앞에 세워두리다.
I promise you that once I make my return to the bus, I shall have my hands on the butler figurine I had given up on acquiring. I shall stand tall and proud on the frontmost row of my display shelf. Don Quixote's eyes were practically exploding with joy at having her fixer obsession positively acknowledged and accepted for once.
버틀러들은 말이요, 일반 해결사들과는 조금 다른 해결사들이요.
Allow me to explain. Butlers are fixers indeed, yet they are rather distinct from most fixers thou have encountered thus far.
보통 해결사라 하면 협회나 사무소에 소속되어 그때마다 다른 의뢰를 받고 있다면 이들은 다르지.
A fixer refers to those who accept contracts as part of an association or an office. Alas, there exists a distinction when it comes to butlers.
바로 가문이나 저택에 소속이 되어 일관되고 장기적인 해결사 활동을 한다는 점. 물론 다른 해결사들처럼 한 사람만을 위해 고용되기도 한다오.
So butlers are fixers? Butlers join families and manors to serve them and only them on long-term contracts. Forsooth, like any other fixers, butlers may be hired by a single person to serve them and only them as well.
가사와 전투, 돌봄까지 다양한 분야를 도맡는 점도요.
Yeah. Do know that our service is not limited to combat. We also conduct household management and care as well.
갖가지 소양을 필요로 하는 아주 힘들고 드문 해결사 직종이랍니다.
It must also be mentioned that proficiency in many fields is a necessity to be a respected butler. There is no easy occupation, mind you. I said this a million times, but Don's VA is so good. Yeah, Dunkett is amazing. They're so funny.
고용하는 건 대단히 어마어마하게 비싸다는 걸로 알고 있네만.
Yet from what I've learned, to hire a butler is to pay an inordinate amount of salary.
맞아요. 고생은 많이 하지만 고용기간 갱신 때마다 어마어마한 보수와 함께 연금과 같은 안정적인 보수까지 보장받으니까요.
Indeed. While butlers are always also busy, we are promised expensive compensation at every contract extension with stable bonuses such as pensions.
명망 높은 해결사분 중엔 협회에서 은퇴를 하고 버틀러로 전향하시는 분들도
Oh,
종종
really?
있죠.
That's cool. Many famous association fixers also retire to serve as butlers as well.
저는 캐서린 아가씨 가문의 버틀러였고 린튼 도련님과 결혼하시면서 에드가 가문의 버틀러들과 섞이게 되었지만
I was once a butler in service of Miss Catherine's family and transferred to Master Linton, Edgar's family, to join their ranks when she married him.
아주 평화로운 협의를 통해 제가 버틀러들의 대장격인 치프 버틀러가 되었답니다.
Still, after a rather peaceful mutual debate, we came to the conclusion that I would be assuming the position of chief butler, leader of the butlers in the household.
그렇구만.
Okay.
말만 들어도 정말 평화로워 보여.
Gotcha. Totally peaceful. I'm sure it was one peaceful transfer of power.
그러고 보니 이 히스클리프 군도 조그마할 때가 있었다니 상상이 가지 않는군. 어렸을 때는 어떤 아이였는가?
This is quite fascinating to imagine that even Sir Heathcliff once had been a tiny bairn. How was he as a youth?
제가 치프 버틀러까지 될 수 있었던데 큰 이유를 차지하던 금쪽 같은 아이였달까요?
He was quite the special child. I do not believe that I would have become a chief butler had it not been for him.
참 사랑스러운 아이였어요.
What a lovely boy he was.
사랑스러운. 그렇구려.
Lovely, quiet. Holy shit. That was a long ass little mini level or whatever. Alright, Limbus heads, I'm going to be ending this portion of the stream for YouTube. We found out that Catherine is dead, so that was a big lore drop. Next time we're going to be delving deeper into Kanto 6. And we pulled some dog shit. Actually, not really. We pulled this for today. Hold on. We got something at least. So we got this one today. And we didn't get anything else for pulling an entire event. So that was epic. So yeah, if you guys are not part of the Discord server on YouTube, make sure you join my Discord server. It's the end of Limbus for tonight. I'm gonna be switching to something else. But damn, Catherine is fucking dead. That whole build up for like a whole chapter, and she's just been dead this entire time. So that was epic. Yeah, and if you haven't added me on Limbus, this is my code right here. Creamers tend to be rather cramped, don't you think? The twist, yeah, the twist was crazy. But yeah, all right, YouTube. Bye, YouTube, bye. We're done with Limbus today, bye. All right.